Welcome back to Dead of Ages Past. This is episode 10, titled All Eyes. At the end of last session, after conversation with at least someone in a higher position of the Night Sharks, the group went out into the street and kind of separated away from one another because of just different paths, different directions, a lot of different, conflicting emotions and goals in mind. A lot of people kind of just driving in different directions. Two casters kind of headed off towards the north, discussing their, ideas, their goals in regards to the conglomerate and their oppressive ways. Broxgar and Gilbert kind of headed south and, discussed, the others and kind of focused in on, what's next. And Valette and Ren were having a discussion that was cut off by the shadow of an airship above and the dropping of a very large device. It slams into the stone, sending rubble up from the ground, sending pieces of flagstone all about. And as the smoke clears, and the creature kind of ascends out of its hole, its eyes light up, and it focuses in on Valette. With that, everyone please roll initiative.
Frick.
Woohoo! I rolled a 4!
Yeah.
Which means I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, also, John, I meant to ask you this aside, but I forgot to. Did I turn off my, armor thing at some point? I'm imagining that I would have before I got...
Yeah, I'd say so.
But, okay. Because, yeah, I thought I would have, but I didn't actually ever say I did. So.
Yeah. I'd say that's fair to assume. And another roll here. I think I have everything I need on the board. Everyone else has rolled?
Yep.
Yeah, I rolled so well.
John, immediately after rolling initiative, I'd like to use combat intuition.
Okay. So that's with insight, correct?
Yes.
Okay, for those watching at home, I released a while ago, quite some time ago actually, a book called Advanced Ability Checks and Abilities, had skills, rather, grant special skill tricks, which are just minor functionary things that grant benefits to people who are trained and skilled in them, like tumbling and combat intuition. This challenge rating is higher than your character's level.
Oh, fun.
Combat intuition,
Yeah.
Immediately after rolling initiative, he can designate one single hostile creature. He's designating the Nyctalope, which is the large red construct which has come up out of the hole. And he has learned that the creature's challenge rating is higher than his current level. Alright. Highest initiative appears to be someone not currently on the board. As you guys watch the thing kind of rise up, the movement from above kind of changes, and you kind of see starlight kind of rain down a bit as the skyship appears to move. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Why won't it let me do it?
The shadow, I see it now, John.
It's right about there.
Cool.
The light that it was descending down on the ground does turn off. I'm going to try and make that work. Hold on a second. Yeah, got it. Cool. All right. And that would be it for Initiative 22. On Initiative 20, Ren, you were just thrown to the ground as the creature slammed into the earth. A bit of rubble kind of, sparking about it. And you're prone at the start of the initiative. It's your up.
I'd like to stand up, so that takes half my movement.
Okay.
So I still have 15. I guess, how does that work? I have 35.
You always round down in that regard, so you have 20
so
feet of
I
movement
have-
left. And the other thing to note too, just so you guys are aware, you guys are looking at the battle map. The door of the establishments are closed, and so you can kind of see where the door entrances are. But those silvery colored panes are like large windows to the establishments, which you can see into them. So you can kind of see through those windows into those places of business. You can see that there are people kind of drinking the day's work away, and some of them are just kind of probably more so regulars than just idle drinkers. But yeah, just a note there.
Sure.
You move around it.
Yes, and I touch the tip of my sword to Valet's.
Okay, I believe that is going to activate Red Rush.
I shall use my reaction.
Okay. So I believe that does activate. No, that's not true. Valet touched your sword to create Red Rush. Okay. So the second you touch swords, Valet's form it changes entirely. She becomes.
Can't hear you.
So when Valet and your sword touch, Valet's form changes entirely. Tim, if you would please change your token so that you look identical to Ren.
What?
Ren, you are refunded the action you just expended to activate this dual tech, not the point in regards. And you can act in your turn as you please, and you can also control Tim's character as if it were an exact duplicate of you.
What?
So you effectively get 2 actions and 2 movements this turn. You still have moved your full movement for you, but the other Ren has not. So basically treat his token as if, just tell Tim, this is what I want you to do, and then roll your own character sheet. But for now, for this turn, Ren is you. Or, sorry, Valet is you.
Do I get a bonus action as well?
With Valet, yeah.
But not with me.
Oh, with you, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Right.
I'll be right back.
So
That's
could I?
awesome.
And just so you are aware, Tim, at the start of your turn, you'll switch back.
Gotcha.
So I just have a question. If I want to attack with my offhand, is that a bonus action?
That is correct.
So I could do that and then dodge for my action?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Wait, what did you say you were doing with your bonus action again?
I want to attack.
Oh, no,
with my offhand
sorry.
attack.
You can only do that if you are making the attack action during your turn. I apologize. I was reading something to keep myself aware of it. The name of that technique is Seeing Double.
Seeing double. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead with the short sword.
Okay.
That's not gonna do anything.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely misses. And then what would you like to do with Tim?
But I have a bonus action though, right?
Oh, with your character, yeah. Go ahead and swing with your
I'm
second
gonna
attack.
do that with the dagger.
Okay.
Does that hit?
Nope. Its weird bubble shield that it has on its left arm kind of interposes between you and it, blocks. Okay, what do you do with Tim?
I'm going to have Tim move to the other side and attack it.
Okay.
All right. And that is judgment. Does a
No,
25 hit?
you're not swinging. He's swinging, but we'll take your roll because I didn't
Oh,
explain it
okay.
clearly enough.
Sorry.
Andy, if you would just click your attack with Katsujin, please.
I understand.
I just want the
I
damage.
mean, like, got it. So, do you want to use the damage that I did for the miss? Above
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do
7?
that. And then you would have sneak attack because you have 2 allies adjacent to the creature.
Oh man,
So 7 plus your sneak attack damage.
got it. 5.
Okay. So a total of 12. All right.
So does the sneak attack come from Valette in Ren's form?
For all intents and purposes, during this dual tech, there is no Valette. It is a second Ren.
Got it. But the Ren that's standing sort of in front of the way that the Nyctalope is facing is the one that dealt the damage.
Correct.
Okay, that's kind of the way I want it to be. Sorry, Tim.
No, it's fine. When I turn back, it's going to target me anyway, so.
It's actually really confused right now. It doesn't know what's going on. It's kind of looking to the two of you.
Fun.
And that was Ren's turn. Yenlorn, you're up.
I would like to first instruct Snowflake to stay and try and follow that ship.
Okay.
And
It is about, I believe I said 70 feet above you. 60, 70 feet above you. And-
yeah, I rolled its own initiative. I'm just giving it instructions.
Okay.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I would like to ready an action to activate the dual technique with Sam as he, I'm hoping, moves up to me. And then after the dual technique, like, step back around this corner here.
Certainly. Hold on a second.
You're gonna be waiting for a little while, just to tell you.
Oh, are you not coming here?
Oh no. I'm just saying. I'm really low in the initiative.
That's fine.
Okay, so you're readying an action to activate the dual tech when it gets to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna like step out and tap it so it like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I can see it as they activate.
And then I'll just go ahead and move to Gilbert.
All right. So I would, when all this happened, I'd look over at Brockscar MB and say, we can't let these guys fight this thing alone. And do you want to do dual technology or something, or
Technique.
dual technique?
No, I like that he messes that up.
That's what Gilbert would do, right?
Yeah.
Just blame it on him.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get in there and help them. We've done this before. I think I'm gonna launch you at it, right?
Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
I'm down.
So who is it that does it use my charge or his charge then?
You use
Mine.
your charge for the activation. He uses his reaction for the second part. And then if you are the one that's activating, it'll use gnome shot. So yes, you have done this before. So you'll launch the
Yeah.
gnome 50 feet at the target. Broxgar, make a ranged weapon attack with Fury against the target.
Sweet.
Ooh.
It's a
Yeah.
miss. So on a hit, the attack deals weapon damage as if it hit the target with Fury, but it missed. And so go ahead and place yourself adjacent to the creature, Kevin, at any point.
All right, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Oh wait, maybe I'll put it over here.
Broxgar's axe changes into what looks like a catapult, more of a gnomobolt, and he launches it at the target. It misses. It kind of rolls over the cart there and kind of hits near Ren. All right.
All right, so that would basically be my action then, right?
Correct. You still have movement and your bonus action.
All right, I would, as a bonus action. Oh, geez, this changes what I was gonna do. I think as a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon,
Nice.
and I guess I can put it wherever I want, right?
Yeah, just ping it, and I'll put something down for you.
I'll put it right here.
Okay.
And it would look like, it would probably look like Cranebeak, a big Cranebeak. So, you know, because of me. So now I would roll an attack roll. I think I can roll an attack roll because I do. That's a
Immediately
bonus
when you
action.
cast it, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's why I cast that spell. All right. And then I would attack. Boom. Yes. I rolled 21 for people at home.
Okay, that'll hit, and the damage type is force, right?
Level 2. Yep. Force 7.
Okay.
7 force damage.
Looks like it's, if I recall correctly, it looks like it is resistant to that.
Oh man, has force
Nope.
resistance?
No, it's
No,
not.
it
I
doesn't.
lied.
Oh, good, because I was thinking that would be good against it, but
Yeah, it works. And I'm giving you control of this token, so you can move it around when you get a chance to.
okay, cool.
Oh, let's see. Okay, cool. Cool.
Next up is who's next on the initiative? I can't see it right here.
Rockstar.
Brox.
Brock, you're up.
I am gonna shoot. Just a normal shot.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
It's a crit.
Very nice.
All right.
How
Yeah.
come you couldn't do that last time?
Click the damage.
I want that no.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
16.
When it hits the target, it puts a pretty decent dent in it, but the bullet bounces off of it. It does look like it's not doing as much damage as that spiritual weapon is doing.
Got it. And that's the end of my turn.
It is resistant to piercing damage. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the that it goes to the owl.
Owl has 60 feet of movement.
It could get up
So, yeah, it's going to get up most of the way. Not only is it following, but I'm also looking to see if it can identify any people on board as well.
Okay. It usually responds in kind of like emotional fears and such. And you start to notice that it has such a fear. If you cast your gaze upwards, you'll notice on the back end of the ship, as it's kind of carting away, there are two strange tubes, not more than 2 feet long, extending out the back of the ship.
That's where the chemicals come from.
They look like they might be boosters, or they look like they might be cannons. You're not sure which.
They're chemicals.
She's going to take the dodge action.
The owl is? Okay.
Yeah, she's going to take the dodge action heroically.
Okay. So 87, at the start of your turn, you revert back to the mode you were in before you were Ren. The magic subsides from the weapon, and it's your initiative.
And it's not actually Sarah. It's
Right.
Brown.
It's
It's
the basic
nondescript elf girl.
form. Yep.
Well, no, I it was an elf girl that we don't have a token for. So
Right.
all right. So on my turn, since I let those around me know that if we work together, I think we can take it. It should be as armored normally as a fighter in chainmail and shield, but this does look slightly more armored than I've known in the past, and the eyes look different than what I've known. So
You're
be
reciting
careful.
the Gettysburg Address, because I'm going to call this your action. Okay.
Oh, score! And 7 years ago.
I just want to
That's-
make sure you are adjacent to it. It's not going to stop while you monologue.
Right.
I know what you're
Okay.
trying to do.
No, yeah.
But yeah, try and keep it in
Right.
6-second bursts.
Okay, yeah. I will do better in the future. And
Big hearts.
cause we haven't touched tips yet. Gilbert, you have your reaction, correct?
I don't know. Do I? I think I do.
Yeah, you haven't spent it. You just took your turn.
Yeah.
I bring out judgment to touch to connect with Cranebeak.
Okay. Immediately upon touching weapons, you guys both can move up to your speed. This movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. At any point during the movement, you and Gilbert can perform one of the following actions for free. Dash, dodge, shove, use an object. If either of you use dash, your speed is also increased by 10 feet after the doubling. So if you have a speed of 30, it'd be 60 plus 10. If you use the dodge action, your AC increases by 2 as long as you gain the benefits of this dodge. If you use the shove action, you have advantage on your strength athletics check. If you use the use an object action, you can draw the object in question even if you've already interacted with an item this turn, and you can reroll any dice used with the object, such as from using a potion, once, and take either result.
Ooh, that's cool.
Nice.
This
I will.
ability is called Run and Hide.
Run away!
I shall move over. Well, no, we'll test this. Let's see, to get opportunity attacks. You said this doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity?
None of your movement will provoke opportunity attacks, correct?
Nice. So I'll move here and take the dodge action.
Okay.
All right.
Gilbert?
I guess if you're gonna run, then I guess I would do the same thing. I'd move, like, down here. And you said I could take the dodge action?
You could take the dodge action, or you could take the use an object, or you could take
Yeah.
dash if you want to go farther. Yeah.
I'll take the dodge.
I was trying to get him away from you
Oh,
guys.
I apologize. There was
Yeah,
one.
but Broxcar's down here.
There was one more option, and I don't know why it wasn't added in, but I'll get it in later. I'll type it in later. But you can also take the hide action, and if you take the hide action, you have advantage on your stealth check.
Oh, nice.
It's very versatile, but it's not. It's basically a situation where you're like, let's touch tips, big attack time, like when you guys were fighting against the Atoms, and it's not. It's a utility one. But yeah,
Could I hide back there then?
if you want to do that instead of dodge, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, what do I roll for hide
make
stealth?
a dexterity stealth check.
All right, we'll see how that goes. Nice. I'm invisible. I rolled a 19 for those at home.
You are hidden. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Behind this is a wagon, right?
it's like a cart. Yeah.
See, so I'm hidden behind the cart wheels and
It's
stuff.
like a little food cart, really. Okay. So the Nyxalope
It's
not
a chimichangas.
the Nyxalope not able to do what it was wanting to do before. It's going to instead just take a. It's not going to move,
Sorry, Ren.
and it's going to make a range attack against Bullet.
Wow. Okay, that works.
Does a 22 hit your AC?
A what?
A 22 hit your AC.
Yes.
Just barely.
Take 13 points of force damage and you're pushed 5 feet. What happens
Alright.
for you in visually is its eyes kind of narrow in and focus on you, and it raises its shield up. The rim around it, the weird blue energy, kind of pulses and fires a ring of blue energy at you, which hits you with like a concussive force.
Okay. You said 12 points of force damage?
Did I say 12 points of force damage, or was it 13?
Pretty sure it was 13.
13.
Okay, good. I couldn't remember.
I couldn't either. Luckily, we have.
I'm sure it wasn't just one.
It was
I
not.
thought it was just
It was not
1
one.
points of force damage.
Ren, it has in between you and it its blade. It's kind of holding it out in between you and it, and you can feel the heat coming off of it.
Oh boy.
All right. It does not gain the benefits of stability this turn because it moved. It fell.
Do I notice anything else about it as it attacks?
There don't appear to be any real like noticeable weak points other than there's a weird glass case on the top of its head that has a brain floating in liquid at the top of it.
Okay.
All right. Samuel.
Yeah, also, just to say, I was just posting that there so I could read through it. I wasn't planning on casting that spell.
Yeah, no worries.
You see Yen Lauren gesturing you to this corner.
Okay,
Like he wants to touch
I move
staffs.
up to... Yeah. I'm going to move up to like here initially, and I can see down here. Just as a question, can I understand what's going on with this thing tracking after?
You're pretty sure that it's probably going to focus in on Valette because that's what drew her here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do I'll use my reaction with the Esper Edge thing, and then I plan in mind.
So let's handle that real quick. So this would be the Dream Shard activating against Selena. Okay. Go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast at the target. Yenlor?
Yes.
25.
That'll hit. Damage. And what is
14.
Sam? What is your spell save DC?
I believe it is 14. Yeah, 14.
Okay, I'm gonna make a saving throw. Hold on. All right. So you fire a bolt of Eldritch energy as the strange blade touches it, but when it fires out, instead of just being your normal kind of greenish colored energy that flies out after it, it appears to be kind of like this prismatic bolt of Eldritch energy. And when it hits kind of towards the face, and you notice that it seems to be kind of moving its head around now, like after it's been encompassed by that energy. And it doesn't seem to be looking at anything. It seems to be trying to look at things and unable to do so.
Okay.
That ability is called Glamour, and all it does is Eldritch Blast. If it's hit, spell save DC against Sam's spell save DC. If it fails, it's blinded for a turn.
Nice.
Okay, so that actually works perfectly with what I'm going to do, because I am casting Silent Image, and I am going to cast an image of Valet directly in front of it.
Okay.
Like,
Hard
so
T.
that was perfect.
That's what I'm here for, buddy.
All right. I am
Magic
going
users,
to.
high five. And then I'm going to go around to this corner.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get hit.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Doing this like the cops do.
Let's see. I'm trying to find something appropriate to just use as a token marker for Valette's image.
Yeah, it's going to look exactly like her, so just if you still have Sarah's token, you could just stick that there so that we just as a thought.
Oh no, Sarah's come back to kill us.
Not yet, she has. Not
It
Okay.
comes
yet.
out of its belly.
All right. That would be the end of your turn, right, Sam?
Yeah, because I don't have any bonus action.
Okay, at the very bottom of the initiative, you'll notice that a lot of the people in the taverns on either side of the Nyctalope are kind of looking inwards, and there have been some spells cast in the general vicinity of the other taverns towards the north. You see what you think are some faces looking the door directly behind you, Yenloren, kind of to the north. Someone's kind of looking through it, and you also notice that there appears to be a larger man kind of at the window, looking out at it at Sam's back.
I'm gonna just draw Sam's attention to that. That's all.
Just a portly looking gentleman who's kind of looking out at you. He's wearing a scarf and just looks like some sort of, barkeep or something. Anyways, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the combat. I did put a little note on the bottom there, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit this button now. And you can adjust the volumes if it's too loud in your settings there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Muzak.
All right. Next up is me.
It was you.
I'm going to double check how this works.
Is it that thing you told me about?
Might be.
Oh, fun.
Okay. The ship drops just a little bit. It doesn't move forward any longer. It now just descends about 10 feet. It almost looks like it's about to settle on the rooftops of these high buildings. The two cannons point directly down and seem to launch a bombardment into Ren's back. Ren, I need you to make 2 dexterity saving throws, please.
25.
Good.
12.
That entire alleyway behind you becomes filled with flame. It just bursts out in like a row straight out at you. You will take... From the first one, you take half, so you'll take 7. And from the second one, you'll take 16 points of fire damage. As the mortars on the back of the ship fire their charge directly at
I'm
you.
almost down. I've got 2 left, guys.
2 hit points?
That's plenty.
You're fine. Quit complaining.
Rub some dirt in it.
Walk it off.
You just gotta cauterize the wound.
I think it's already been cauterized.
In the heat of it all, Ren, you do look up kind of at the ship and do see the source of it. You also notice that on the back of the ship there appears to be someone looking down at you. Make a wisdom perception check for me.
It's that one guy from the coffee shop, Joe. That guy you hate.
That guy. Hey, Joe.
Just
9.
looks like a guy in a weird red robe. Okay.
Joe.
It's your initiative.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Fine.
For all intents and purposes, blinded means you have advantage against him for attack rolls.
Yeah, see, that's not gonna work, because if I get hit one time, I'm dead.
I mean, you have disengage as a bonus action. You could always take one swipe and then try to disengage.
Can a creature make opportunity attacks if it can't see?
Yes, it can, but it has disadvantage when it does so.
Just
Well,
wondering.
actually, I thought that for opportunity attacks, you had to be able to see the attacking.
Hold on a second.
I only say this because me and some other guys had this debate with my current Strahd.
So, its attack rolls have disadvantage, and it says a blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Not so much on attack rolls. It can wildly swing, but it would do so with disadvantage. It doesn't matter though. He'll probably be able to avoid it with disengage. But Ren, what's your plan?
Yeah, I will. I guess I will attack it. I got a 1.
Roll a 20-sided dice for me, please.
This is not my day.
Nope, it is not.
A 5.
Okay. You bring the sword down, trying to attack it. Like I said, its sword was kind of interposed with you. You moved around it to try and get around that, but it kind of like moves its head weirdly, turns just as you're swinging, and catches your blade with its blade. You feel the heat, and it causes you to kind of like, and drop the weapon, and it seems to be locked in between its arm and the arm blade. Just locked in place on it.
Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna take the bonus action disengage and take my remaining 20 feet of movement.
Okay. Alright, anything else besides that?
Cower. Can I take the cower?
That's a free action. It's also a free action to cry if you so choose.
Yeah.
Lauren?
I cry a
What
little
about
bit.
wet your pants?
That's a bonus action. It could technically be an attack, though, so... Yen Lauren, you're up.
I just want to say, in the opportunity attack section on page 195 of the player's handbook, it says you can make an opportunity attack when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually just posted that same thing in the Discord.
Then we'll go off that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fine. It didn't matter. But yeah,
Cool.
it's alright. Cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna freeze ray this shit.
Go.
That's what I'm.
Did you get?
Oh, I don't know why this stupid thing. Just use this attack. It's 20 22.
That'll hit.
I did a whopping 2 cold damage, but the target is restrained.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you roll 2 1s, but it's now restrained.
Gotcha.
That's the more important thing.
Well, that's a bad loop. I'm gonna stop the music. I will sort that out next time. Yeah, it was really strange. It was kind of double feeding on my side because I have 2 windows open for my stream. I'll figure out the music next time. But it was pretty good, yeah? Pretty good music?
It sounded good to me.
Yeah, sound good.
Okay. Yeah, Lauren's done. My target is currently restrained. It's exciting. And then Gilbert, it is your go.
All right. I will first cast Healing Word on Ren since he's looking like a lobster.
Yeah, thank you.
That crap burned out of him. Oh boy, only 8 because I rolled
Nice.
a 1 and a 7. So 8. You heal 8,
Thank you.
and that's a bonus action, which is kind of a bummer because now I can't use my spiritual weapon, right? If it's as written, unless I can use my action to use it.
So you use your bonus action, so no, you cannot use your spiritual weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Can't
have
he
action.
use his action
No.
as to activate the spirit
It
weapon?
would say you can use your action or bonus action.
That's,
Yeah, technically they changed things. in
Hey,
5th edition.
whatever,
From
rules
4th
lawyer.
edition.
Tell me what page it's on. All right, so go ahead.
oh,
And
man.
All right. so
I don't know. That's why I asked, man.
what I would do then is just move because it's tempting to run up there and attack it though, but nobody else like Valette. If you were up there, man.
You'd be attacking from hidden, but you already have advantage because it's blinded and restrained.
Right. Actually, what I could do is I could just stand up and shoot Sacred Flame at it as an action.
Sure.
I don't know if that's even going to cause. No, I'll shoot Ray of Frost because I can shoot Ray of Frost at it. See
Yeah.
what that does.
Take the attack.
Holy
26 is a crit, so go ahead and click the damage.
Nice.
11.
It should be maximum damage on the second, so it should be 8, so 15.
All right, sweet. I'll take it.
And its speed is reduced by 10.
But
This
it's
thing,
also it's restrained already.
thing
I'm gonna
is
move
not
now
moving.
because
yeah.
nobody else is up close to it, so I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Oh, you know what? I didn't click the little
Yeah,
thing to
oh.
show where I was, but I would just kind of go over here near Rockscar, hide over that way.
Okay.
Hey, dude, what's up?
Hey, that's
What?
fine.
Vlad, are you gonna go up there and kill that thing?
Brock's
That is
gun.
the plan.
Sure.
That's the plan.
How the flying machine? How is it flying exactly?
It doesn't
What
appear
is-
to be any mechanism that's doing it. It has a ring of elements that are kind of wrapped around the center portion of it, but it doesn't look like there's a device or mechanism that's powering that. Looks like it's magic.
Magic.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the cannon at the big.
Okay. It has disadvantage on its dexterity saving throws because it's restrained. And it fails. So it'll take 16, but because it's non-magical, it'll take half. Who's breathing into their mic? You're turning me on. Gonna need you not to do that. Alright. Cool. Anything
Oh,
else?
sorry. Yes. No. Yes, I'm gonna action surge,
Okay.
and I wanna hold Fury out to touch it with Rin. What's Rin's weapon again?
Ketsujin.
My weapon is embedded in the creature.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sucks.
I have one.
Valette! I choose you.
Yay!
So
I used my reaction.
Judgment and Fury.
Didn't you already use your technique?
I used my action to initiate with Gilbert.
And Gilbert used
No,
his
he
action.
did
No.
in the last.
You did use your reaction.
encounter.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
And we haven't taken a rest since that last encounter.
Gnome catapult,
Him and
right?
Sam.
No,
No, I haven't.
when he was fighting alongside of when he was fighting
Sam.
up
Oh.
against the Magear, he used perpetual shot.
Right.
Or not perpetual shot, but
Whatever it is, Sam.
sure shot.
Yeah.
So, sure. So yeah, you don't have your dual tech, and neither does Sam, right?
Correct.
Well, instead, I will save my second one, or my action surge, and I'll run away around the corner.
Okay. The owl.
It's still trying to get eyes on
Okay.
everyone on the ship.
It ascends, and you can feel like it's seen something. It is sending back the emotion that it sees someone.
Do I have to use an action to do that?
Yeah, to warg into
Okay.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine. I will wait my turn, but I want it in position and taking the dodge action for me to do that on next time around.
So you're dodging, or
Yeah,
okay,
or the
Oh.
owl is.
got it. All right. 87.
All right, this thing's still blind, right?
It will be until the start of its turn.
Awesome. All right. As I rush up, I say, aim for the head. Magic sucks. And as I'm running up, I will use bonus action to second wind. That's 1d10 plus 4, which is fighter level.
No, it'll
So
be throughout.
I gain 14 health back.
It'll be blinded throughout its turn. It'll be restrained as long as well. Yeah, you guys are disabled.
And I will take my attack action to make 2 swings with judgment. I rolled a 22
That'll hit.
for 11 damage,
Solid.
and that's a 25 for 13.
Okay, also solid.
And then I will action surge.
Well, wait, how are you getting 2 attacks?
Oh, forget it. I action surge, and that's my second attack. Gotcha. I'm not level 5 yet.
No, you're not. All right.
Sorry.
It looks pretty
Well,
busted.
Greg said you're already planning to do that.
Yeah.
I was still gonna do it anyway, but
It looks pretty busted. And yeah, it kind of feels kind of stilted. It's going to, on its turn, since it's currently blinded
And restrained.
and restrained, it's going to
Nope. Destruct.
what?
Self-destruct, I said.
Oh yeah, sure, that's what it's going to do. No, I got a plan.
Nerf.
I mean, that would make sense, right?
Oh, I totally forgot about that part. That's a sad day.
It's going to dispel all magical effects.
No, it's immune to Eldritch Blast. It's also immune to Firebolt, and it's also immune to Vicious Mockery. But
Would it have been immune to my dual technique then?
it's a casting of Eldritch Blast, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we still blinded it, so that's pretty good.
Correct. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and take my attacks wildly. The image that you created, is it, you said it's a minor image?
No, it's a silent image. So
Silent.
it doesn't make any noise, but
Okay.
it's the same like size and
So since I can't see it and it's not making any sound, it's not really something I'm going to focus on. Instead, I'll be focusing on her, the real one, and I'll be taking my attacks.
that was plural.
Yeah. Why didn't you?
I knew they were
you
coming.
noticed.
Okay.
We gave you a disadvantage.
That's always helpful.
And that's a 27 to hit.
So for my first attack, the disadvantage does affect it. It will roll a total of 8,
Yes.
which is a miss. But the second one, I rolled a total of 25 on my weaker of the 2 attacks.
That
I was
hits.
so close.
Yeah, which will do a total of 5 slashing damage and 7 fire damage.
Alright.
And then my second attack, my lowest of the two, was a 19.
That just hits me.
Yeah, so 14 slashing damage and 5 fire damage.
I'm looking grim.
These are magical weapons if you have any resistances, just to double make sure you understand. And it attacked 3 times. What you're realizing at this point, Valette, is the reason why it's attacking more functionally and more often is because it's currently in its stable platform position. It hasn't moved.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I assumed.
Yeah, it can make an attack as a bonus action as well.
Cool.
All right.
Alright.
Samuel is up. It is no longer blinded. What was the freeze ray restrained duration? It's just for 1 turn, right?
It's 1 minute, but you can make a strength saving throw
Oh,
at the
okay.
end of each of your turns to break it if you'd like.
I got a 21.
That'll do.
All right.
So I would like to turn around to the barkeep first of all and say, "Hide your kids, hide your wife." Go around the corner, and just because I have this, and I might as well see if this will work. Magic missile.
Hits. Click it 2 more times.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
11 total. Okay. Yeah, they slam into its body. It already looks like it's kind of...
Why is? Oh wait, never mind. Sorry. Keep going.
It already looks like it's kind of broken up a bit. You can see a bit of fluid kind of exiting out of the side of the machine as you guys have been pounding it in and around the torso and leg area. Pretty well wounded. Okay. On the bottom of the initiative, you see some more movement.
So
Okay.
I was just moving back around the corner.
Smart. Okay. You see some movement from some of the other establishments. You see what looks like a hooded figure just outside looking out the window. You see a strange-looking hooded figure kind of moving towards the window on the other side, both kind of looking out, confused. And that's the bottom of the initiative round. At the very top of the initiative round, the figure that you haven't seen, but someone in your group has seen, will cast a spell targeting it, the owl, and then targeting Sam with 2 of the other bolts. The owl will take...
Is this magic missile?
Correct.
I cast shield.
Okay. Well, you don't see the target that's casting it, so shield has a prerequisite that it's a source that you can see, correct?
Hold on a second. Let me read it. It does not say that you have to be able to see it. 1 reaction which you take when you are hit by an attack or targeted by the magic missile spell.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Okay, so then you'll not take any damage. The owl will take 5. Does that kill the owl?
Bye. Oh, it's got 1 hit point. Of course it does.
Okay. Yep, snuffs it right out. You're pretty sure the last feeling and an emotion that you get from it is scared.
You know how freaking expensive those owls are, John?
Oh.
God damn it.
25, right?
100 gold or something like
I
that.
think they're 50.
Okay, well, whatever. It's dead now.
You dick.
Show my sympathy. Right?
Ren, the
I mean,
night
technically it's not dead, it's just
pooped.
not here.
The Nightalope does look like it's worse for wear, but what you're noticing immediately upon its sight kind of returning and the distortion kind of getting out of its eyes snap on Valette, not the image.
I'm gonna look up to the sky really quickly to see if the airship is above us or where it's positioned.
It's positioned kind of to the north, up the street a bit, and it looks like it's descended down, so it's just almost touching the rooftop. So it's exactly 60 feet above the surface.
Okay. Okay, as a bonus action, I would like to do...
Do what?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm just reading this.
Okay. Make a wisdom insight check. Beat a 7.
I did.
Barely, but yeah. So you can perform your sneak attack on it, so long as you don't have disadvantage on your attack rolls. Okay.
Great. And then
Also, it's restrained. Oh wait, no, it's not. It broke the
it's
ice.
not right.
Perfect.
Oh my god, why are you typing a book?
I'm not typing.
So could I?
I'm typing a sentence.
I'd like to fire an arrow from here.
Okay, so you don't have your weapon, so you would be able to draw it. Draw the new one. Yeah, take a shot. Wait, what are you shooting at?
Hmm.
What are you shooting at?
Shooting at the Nyctalope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 10 misses.
So that's
26
I have
hits.
advantage now.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
it'll
then-
be 5 plus 6 is 11 plus sneak attack damage.
Great. And I want to take a little bit more movement. So 4 sneak.
So it'll take. Okay. When you hit it, you do notice that it doesn't do as much damage as these magic weapons appear to be doing.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my last 5 feet and pop into the doorway. And yell, "Help! We need some help out here."
Apologies. One other thing you would notice with that check too is the thing seems to be repairing itself very minutely. You see that it's like the leaks are stopping, and parts that have been cut down are kind of like folding in on themselves to seal.
I hate that thing.
Wait
Okay.
a second, you're telling me that this thing's a fucking vampire?
Obviously. Yen Lauren.
Yeah. How does climbing work in this game?
So it would be an athletics, strength athletics check to climb. On the surfaces of these, I already have a DC set. So if you want to try and climb up the building, you can. Your movement speed is halved unless you have a climb speed.
This thing's only what, 80 feet above our heads, give or take?
The ship's like from bottom of the ship to top of the ship is only about 10 feet, and its bottom is 60 feet above you. The rooftops are about 55 or so feet at the tops in that area. So you'd have to climb 55 feet and then jump up onto it, which is another 10 feet.
Okay. Second question, can I see anyone from this ground level?
From your current position, no. It's just an idle look, no.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something stupid and start climbing.
Okay, make a strength athletics check. Now, this is a part of your movement, not your action. So if you want to take your action to dash to try and hoof it up the building, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some distance.
Okay.
It's a 15.
Okay. You are able to climb up. You didn't say you were dashing beforehand.
Oh, I did. I said I was before.
Oh, you
I rolled.
are. Okay. So yeah,
I'm
you are.
trying to book it.
You are able to climb up. Basically, the wall that you're kind of against, you can see that there's a bit of a fireplace, like flue that goes up the side of the building, as if inside, like right across the wall from you, is a fireplace. And you're able to use that and also kind of like the positioning stones on the side to kind of get yourself up about 30 feet. You're now 25 feet from the rooftop and about 35 feet from the ship's deck. Okay?
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, and Lauren, you also kind of, I'm assuming, put your staff on your back or like in a holder on your coat or something, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a
Yeah, I'm assuming it's too big to put in between my teeth like a rose in a like Spanish opera film. But yeah.
Okay. Gilbert.
Alright. Alright. Boy. I guess I will have to cast Healing Word on Valette, even though probably not gonna do much.
It's probably not worth it. Dude. You should probably
Alright.
back. If you want to heal me. I'll take it. But
Yeah, it's not a lot. That's the problem.
Save it until he drops and then
Yeah,
pick
then
him
bring
back
it
up.
Yeah, it'll probably leave with him if he drops, so that's the problem.
Yeah, well.
I'll attack with my bonus action with my spiritual weapon.
Okay. It misses. It seems to have its shield now in that kind of position to kind of keep it between the spiritual weapon. It's had time to set itself up.
Alright. And then, I guess that's a bonus action. So as my standard action, what could I do? I think I'm going to do... Oops, sorry. Boy. Alright, I guess I will move over here. And I guess I could move and then also shoot it with a Sacred Flame, but that's kind of a weak... Oh, I know what I could do. I could use an action to cast Guiding Bolt on it. That'll
Okay.
be a little bit more damage if I hit.
Yeah, sure.
17, does that hit?
It comes flying at it, and you see it gets its shield up in time to block the shot.
Damn you. Alright. So that's it. That's all I can do. I'm going to kind of hide behind that thing, or, somewhat.
Broxgar. Okay, I saw his lip move. it kind of looked like you were frozen. You're kind of doing one of these. You're like,
No, it's just my face.
yeah. I figured that out because I saw your lip go. Anyways, what's Broxgar doing?
The guy that's in the ship on the roof.
You don't see him.
About what, like 9? Oh,
You
I
don't-
don't see him at all. It's,
Yeah.
That's the other.
Yeah, basically the sky above you is nighttime, so it's pitch black, and he doesn't have any lights or emanations. If you want to spot him to see him, you're going to require an action to make a wisdom perception check to scan to see if you can find him.
I'm gonna shoot the thing. I'm gonna shoot the big.
Okay. Pew pew. Give me that
Yeah.
gunshot. Loud burst of gunpowder shot and damage.
19. And then 4 damage.
And as
Have some of that.
you've been noticing, it doesn't look like the non-magical weaponry is doing too much in the department of damage to this creature. It does look like it does a little bit, but not much at all. All right, 87. Sure up. As you're about to start your turn and you're kind of moving into a combat position, the image is kind of moving too, but it just seems a little bit more stunted.
yeah.
It's still looking at you. It hasn't changed its focus, and its eyes kind of like glow a bit, and you hear it go, "Surrender, 87."
Uh-oh.
And then it says, "Renegade."
Oh joy. I'm on the wrong side of the law. I'm basically trying to figure
You have
out
10 seconds to
TFO
comply.
or go for broke. Oh, it goes right after me?
No, it sure does. In the initiative order, it will go next. That's okay.
Ooh, boy.
I'm guessing that it passed its investigation
So-
check to figure out what the silent image was.
Real quick notes. First off, if you head south, it leads to a kind of a main thoroughfare, and you're pretty sure that observation of you from above, you'll be easily visible by the ship, and it looks like it'll have plenty of room to move. The nightclub left plenty of room to move after you. There's a door to your right, literally right here,
Yeah.
and looks like it leads into a tavern.
Oh yeah, I'm having a drink.
Did you really
Yeah.
go in there already?
I'm in there.
Oh.
I was gonna take my last 5 to pop in, and I said, "Hey guys, we could do some."
I,
It's
you
like
would
there's
You would have
Some
gone through the
beefy-
door, not the window, because that's the window. That's the door to the north there. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I might.
Real quick though, sorry, I did miss that part. Andy, I apologize. There should have
Yeah,
been a bit of
no
descriptive.
worries.
You go into what looks like a very small dwarven tavern. There are a total of 4 individuals in there. The barkeep looks like he is transparent. You can see through him, like he's made out of some sort of liquid. But he appears to be a dwarf wearing a helmet. Besides that, and some armor. There are 2 dwarves sitting at the bar. Both of them look like they're in studded armor, but the studs are actually spikes. And they're just kind of, talking amongst themselves in Dwarvish. If you speak Dwarvish, do you?
Nope.
Okay, then you don't understand what they're saying. And then there's a girl in the room as well. She looks like she's wearing pirate garb. She has long red hair, and she kind of looks at you with like an annoyed look. And she says, as you kind of step in, "The fuck's going on out there?"
So like I'm covered in blood and burns.
Yeah, and she asked that
And
question.
I just said help.
Yeah.
There's a killer robot out.
She doesn't seem that interested after you say what's going on, and she goes back to
Oh,
her
that's so
drink.
great. That is so great.
Roll an intelligence history check, actually.
Sure.
You're a cop. You might know who she is.
15.
She's known as the Dread Pirate Brief. She is a pretty well-known pirate captain.
We can make it worth your while if you help us.
She doesn't seem to be talking to you right yet.
Could you spell her name?
Well, her last name is how you know her. It's Brief, as in, like, not long. Yeah. Or
Boxer briefs.
boxer briefs.
As in brief
So-
acquaintance.
John, how close to fully, how busted does this thing look right now?
It looks like it's leaking a bit, if you get my meaning.
Yes. I can't remember. Oh.
Bloodied.
Yeah, I just forget what bloodied means. It's a quarter or half.
Half.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in John's
Yeah.
notes actually.
I think I might need to disengage. I don't think we can take it out. I don't think I'll be able to take it out with one attack. So I'm gonna disengage and go 1. Since this is the only place.
Are you going into the
try to-
tavern?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go into the tavern.
Okay.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
And as I'm going, I say disperse.
When you enter into this place, and the sign above it as you're kind of like moving to enter it, this one, the name of it is the Lofty Goals. Oh, apologies, Andy. The one you entered in is called Thralt's Temple Tap Room.
Okay.
And back to the Lofty Goals. There's a Sarah Eugen man behind the bar with a big smile on his face, kind of just idly cleaning a cup. At the bar besides him is a woman who looks like she's a bit of a scrapper. There's a woman near what looks to be like a painting of a very ornate-looking painting, but upon closer inspection, you actually realize it's a wood carving of a very ornate sea kind of broiling up, and a fisherman with a spear stabbing into the wavy sea.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is the guy near the window, and he kind of looks at you like, whoa. He just looks very concerned. And there's a man sitting on the north side of the room who has a goblet in his hand, just slowly sipping it. And when you enter into the room, he looks at you just kind of like he's peering right through your soul.
Oh, fun.
You still have movement. There doesn't appear to be another exit out of this place that you can see. Actually, there is. Behind the bar, kind of on the eastern wall, there appears to be a ladder that heads up about 15 feet into a hole in the ceiling.
Is that right?
You see where
Is
those
it
barrels that are on their side are?
Okay, like right there.
The far corner, yeah.
Ish.
There's basically on that
Okay.
wall, there's a ladder that goes up.
Alright, I'm gonna try and that's so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I shout to the patrons in the bar, the conglomerate is here, run.
Okay. And you took your action to disengage, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So on its initiative, Gilbert, you're kind of looking around the thing, kind of looking at it, and Broxgar, you're looking at it as well. Its eyes follow Valette into the building, and then you see its legs kind of like rise up, and it pushes off of the stone and just kind of slides across it towards the building.
It's gonna have to break down the wall before it can attack me.
The wall on the north side smashes out,
Oh no.
causing the man who is sitting there giving you stink eye to kind of move out of his chair and slam onto the floor near there. It
Probably pooped himself a little.
very
Does it
quickly
go,
just
hey, you
trundles,
guys.
trundles over the table and just moves over to the bar, rising up onto it with its feet,
Oh god.
and it brings its
no.
blade straight down at you.
That's all she wrote.
What's your AC is what, like 19?
19, yes.
It misses. It tears into the wall behind you, and then it kind of comes back with its offhand, or with its backhand, and it'll miss that attack too. Lucky.
Oh goodness.
But there are now two big, like, burn marks on the wall behind you. Ren, while you're sitting there going, help, help, you see, like, these lines of black appear on the wall just north of you.
Ugh.
And the wall kind of does what it shakes as it's being pummeled with the blade. The man behind the bar will go on. Oh, sorry, Sam, you're up. Apologies. Go ahead and take your turn. It looks like Lauren is now Spider-Man, and
If you actually want to describe what he's doing, I'm looking something up really quickly to.
yeah. Oh, what the patrons are doing? You mean?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
want to
okay.
describe that, I'm looking something up
Sure.
just to check.
This guy disengages and kind of moves over to the ladder and starts climbing it. He's now about 15 feet up it. This woman here kind of like bolts towards the far corner, but she keeps her fist up when she gets to the corner, and she looks very concerned. This woman just becomes the woman in the red just becomes like a ball in the fetal position and just drops like, ah! And the guy here is kind of like, nope, and goes out the hole that it just created and starts bolting down the street. And then that leaves the guy who got knocked off his chair, who slowly just rises up from behind the table, looking at it, and you see that he's got this really nice looking sword. He draws it from its sheath, kind of looking at it, and says, "You made me spill my drink," and starts walking towards the creature, sword drawn. He takes a swing in a very puzzling move. The creature's focused in on you, but then its body shifts, but its head stays looking at you. But now its body's turned the other direction, and its shield is interjecting in between the swordsman and him, and it blocks the swordsman's attack. And you can kind of see a look of, oh, and if I could be like that, comes in with the second attack. He will actually hit the thing.
Yes!
That sword just seems to be very effective, much like your own sword.
Woohoo!
Alright. That's it for them. The dwarfs are kind of like looking concerned, but they're still pretty jovial. The pirate woman is still looking at Ren like, or not looking at Ren, she's like not concerned anymore. And the dwarf barkeep doesn't appear to be conscious or sentient. Lauren is still climbing. Sam, you're up. What do you got?
Right. Just to say, Tim, when you said the disperse thing, were you saying that like loud enough for all of us to hear?
Probably. Bye, Sam.
No, I was going to say, look up at Lauren and say, "I think we're getting the fuck out of here." And then I am actually going to go over to here, and I'm going to climb in through the window of the bar because I don't know if there's a back door to the bar, and I can't see where they're going.
Right. Okay. So you're going
I go into
that bar?
Yeah, I'm trying to climb through the window of this place and
Okay.
see if I can. And also, I would like to create a minor illusion of like the top part of myself. So if you're looking down, it looks like a different one of me started to run this way.
Okay, real quick, the thing that you're trying to go through right now is actually the window. So if you're not diving through that,
Is there a glass window?
yeah, the door is in the middle. I just opened it for you, so you'd be actually entering
I
in
did
through
not
there.
realize that there was a window.
Yeah, it's okay.
Is there, yeah.
Uh,
If I open the door, is there like a back door out of here?
When you walk in, this is what you see. Like, the door opens, and you kind of, like, rusk in, and there's, like, combat sounds going outside, the din of the airship above you, and the elements roaring. The door opens, and then very quickly kind of closes behind you, and you're kind of like... And then you kind of look around, and it's just like, all of the sounds from outside are gone. It's completely quiet in here, and you see the larger man kind of looking at you like, why you bring that in here? Don't bring that in here. And the two people who are sitting near the fireplace are holding these goblets of wine, looking over at you like, if you can't order a drink, you should probably go.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like, is there a back door?
The barkeep, who's a larger man, kind of looks at you and says, "No, I'm sorry, and we don't have any connections to the roof. If you want the connections to the roof, you're gonna have to go next door."
Run back out through the door without listening to the rest of him because I still have 10 more feet of movement.
The door opens, and it's kind of like, you know, that sound of, like when you're exiting out of a building that's really quiet and sealed, and you come out, and there's like the sounds, and then the door shuts behind you. And then you move.
I used 30 feet of movement and a minor illusion spell to accomplish nothing.
Another classic turn from our friend Matt.
No problem. The tavern's name
I
that
didn't know
you
there was a back door.
the tavern's name that you went into actually is called what is it called? Oh, the Padraig's Parlor. Parlor. I can't read good. Padraig's Parlor. Okay. It'll go to my mage. Alright. Slightly annoyed that problems are happening. He will be doing a thing. Let's see. I can't see anybody. Except for this guy running across the street. I'm going to go ahead and loose one mortar down the hall, or down the passageway again. And you watch as the guy who was trying to escape the scene there is just engulfed in flame and dies horribly.
Oh, boy.
Thank God.
Red shirt.
Alright. Ren, you are up.
Okay, Ren is gonna step out. Doorway. And again. Where is the Nyctalope? Where is it?
You kind of step outside. You don't see it, but you do see a bunch of... Oh, hold on a second. I had something for this. Wait a second.
Oh, hey, I can actually see where you guys are now. Kind of.
You see a bunch of rubble and a broken end of the wall on the building there.
Ah, nice.
There's some rubble.
So is the idea that we are running? We're full on not trying to do this thing?
Well, out of character, that seems to be the consensus. In character, no one's talked to you to give you that idea.
Yeah.
We gotta get
Out of character, yet Lauren is climbing up a wall to jump on top of this ship and take it down all by himself.
The only person,
So-
the only person who's seen that activity happening is Sam, and Sam seems to be just kind of chicken head, chicken with his head cut off, moving around. Not chicken head. That's different. Anyways.
No, he did.
I like
yell.
yeah, that's a great one.
He did yell to Sam though. He's like, Sam, looks like we're getting the hell out.
Yeah,
So-
that's
No,
true.
He didn't yell specifically to me. He just yelled in the street. So
Yeah, I
just
meant you-
figured
I meant you
Sam
yelled
was
to
here
Yen
and like,
Lore.
we're getting the fuck out. Oh yeah, I did yell to Yen Lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sam yelled to me, but who knows? Crazy old Yen Lauren's gonna listen.
Real quick, guys.
Oh, no.
Real quick, guys. Ren, when you come up to that position, you can see in the doorway, and you do see a man with a sword fighting something. Based on just his attacking and his positioning, you assume that it's something big.
Okay. I see it now.
He looks at you hostilely, like he doesn't know who you are, and he's got the sword kind of, held up in a defensive posture, like he might take an attack of opportunity against you if he feels like you're hostile.
I see. Okay, so I was just okay. So this, I think this is like my maximum regular movement. Is this rubble here that leads into the same establishment?
Yep, and there's also that's the door there. So yeah, you'd have to go in through the broken way if you don't want to incur the wrath of the swordsman.
Okay, I guess I stop there with my dash.
Okay, the swordsman kind of looks over his shoulder at you.
Give him a thumbs up.
He goes, and kind of nods his head. Okay. Yeah, Lauren. Climbing?
Yeah.
Dashing?
Do I need to
Yep.
get on there?
25
Okay.
feet of movement just to get to the
Yeah.
rooftop. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
it would be your entire double move to get you up to the top of the roof. And then next turn you'll be able
That's
to try
fine.
and jump up there.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, athletics check.
Strength
Strength athletics, yes.
13, good enough.
Okay. You grab onto, like, moving up about 10, let's say 15 feet. You grab onto a brick on the side of the flue, and you pull it and a couple of bricks underneath it out. Basically, because you didn't fail by more than 4, what I'm doing is you've moved 15 feet up, but that's all the movement you get. Good? No falling,
fine.
no crazy shit, just stop. Okay. So that's your turn. Gilbert?
So, can I see? Is this right here a door then?
Ping it? Yeah, that's a door. Correct. The brown ones are doors. The silver ones are windows.
That's a window. Okay, I just want to make sure I knew. All right, so I saw.
I would actually say that window's probably broken at this stage, and it's only like a foot or so off the ground, so you could jump through it if you wanted to as well.
All right. Well, I saw everybody go in there. I saw Ren go in there, and I saw the.
You saw the Nyctalope go in there, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you like click where you're moving? Do you hit like the space bar, or is it?
Right click.
It's Q.
Right click.
It's Q also. All right. Can I cut that corner?
Oh yeah, you can do it with Q.
Sure.
All right. I can move 30. I think I can move a total of 35 feet normally. So that's only 30. So
You'd have
I
5
will
feet
move
left.
in- Yeah. So I would move into here,
Okay.
assess the situation, and yell out to these guys. I'd go, "We can't beat this guy straight up. We have got to run." I would cast. I would use my special travel domain ability.
Okay.
And I'll click it here so you guys can see. Basically, it's going to give everybody a movement without any opportunity attack, so we can hopefully start getting the hell out of here.
All of your
It's called-
allies, correct.
Yep, only people I can see, so I would be able to see everybody in
See
this.
in here within 120
Yeah.
feet. So that would be Ren, Valette, and that is it.
Well, I would like to say I actually can see.
Oh, then yeah,
Sam if
you're
the
within
wall
100.
If the wall's not here, I can see him.
If you can physically see his token, then you can see him.
We move now.
Okay.
Oh,
Use
actually,
one of our
again,
shadows.
he's right here.
Yeah.
All right, can I also? I know these really aren't my friends, but they're not my enemies. Can I give these guys in the
No.
bar a free move or no?
They're not your allies. They don't.
Everybody's my ally.
They don't know you. But that'll be
All
your
right, fine.
Alright, take care.
that'll be your
So then
bonus
we can
action.
all-
See ya.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was an actual action to do that. Yeah,
As
it's
a
a
bonus
bonus
action.
action. You're right. So I could actually take an action, but I don't think I have any real good actions to take because I don't think Sacred Flame didn't damage it, did it?
Could he heal me?
I think it
no,
did.
because that's another damn bonus action. That's the bad thing about that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to. Can I use my action to move
Yeah,
again? No,
Dash.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I could dash.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna dash out of there, and then I also get
Well, real
a
quick,
free movement.
let's do
Yeah.
bonus action. Everybody gets free movement. So
Yeah.
everybody go ahead and move your speed. The movement is not. What the fuck?
Quick.
Sorry.
Free movement. It's a free movement that does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Is this an alleyway here?
Oops.
I'm trying to go back up to you. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's the alleyway to the north. That's the alleyway back the way you came initially. Correct.
Okay, seeing as A, I heard people say GTFO, B, I saw him do that, I'm going there.
Okay. When you go around the corner, did you make it around the corner? No, not quite. So there's the large thoroughfare that goes to the north that leads off stage, right? And then you'd be able to see around the corner. So go ahead and just plop yourself 1 token forward. There's a stairway down into a small alleyway. You don't know where it leads. And then there appears to be another small alleyway kind of just under that light. Okay.
Cool.
Ren.
Did Villette not get movement?
Valette hasn't. It was waiting for other people.
Take your movement.
All right. I'm torn, but I guess I'll go here and try and climb past the dude on the left.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
Here's where the 1 comes in. 11.
Okay. You are not able to get past the guy, so you are 10 feet off of the ground just behind him at his 15-foot height.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have, so that's 30 feet, so I have 90 feet left.
No.
Alright!
No.
So
Why would you have...
120 feet, right?
No. No. You move your speed.
Gilbert! Okay.
No.
Within 120 feet of you can move. Okay, got it.
Yeah. There's
Cool.
speed. Alright, and then
All
Gilbert,
right,
did you... you already moved, right?
Well, I just moved my step together.
Yeah.
Anything. Can
Okay,
I
I'm
still
trying to
move
resolve
further south?
that. I'm just trying to resolve that. I'm just asking if you moved
Alright.
that. Okay.
I did. Yep.
Okay, and Andy, did you move yours?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't know why it's still showing your movement train and it didn't move you on my side. It must be lag. But then, Gilbert, you still have your action.
All right, and I'm going to move further south. I can do dash, right?
Correct.
So that'd be another 35 feet.
Yep, and you're going to be moving off
Basically,
board.
I'll be off board. So
Okay, Broxgar.
Holy shit, that's a totally different building.
Bar hopping.
You would know what building they'd gone into, yeah.
Okay.
Ellen is this building too, apparently.
Same deal with this crazy guy's looking like he might swing.
He's still kind of engaged, yeah. He doesn't know you, and he's confused. People keep running up behind him.
This door's wide
What are you
open.
doing behind me?
The window's wide open, yeah. The windows are silver, the doors are brown.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw a smoke bomb in as far as.
Okay. Go ahead and make just a range attack. Dexterity roll, actually. You're not technically proficient with the thrown.
Dexterity.
Yeah, just a dexterity ability check.
Gotcha. 15.
It hits where you want. So we'll just go ahead and just do a quick one of these. It's a 20-foot radius, right?
Yeah, 20.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. Throw it in there and then continue my bounce.
Actually, I don't
Turn
even
around
need.
and run away.
I don't even need to doodle a thing. It fills out the room. It's not going to be able to fill its space, so it just starts to fill out the room in that area. Okay.
All right. That's my
Okay. Next up is 87. The guy's still in your way.
Yeah. I am going to overcharge strength. And attempt to climb.
It's an action to do so, just a heads up.
Oh, to climb.
No, to overcharge.
So climbing this ladder, is that just movement?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So
But-
the idea would be that.
Real quick. There's a guy in the way, and climbing through a guy is not a thing you can do, because he's not your ally.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you'd have to move him aside, and that would be an action to do so.
Okay. Okay. So then, yeah, then I wouldn't want to do that. And there's smoke there.
Filling out the whole room. Actually, you can't see much of anything at this point. Yeah.
Right. So I can't anything. Let's see. $11, $12. Oh no, I'd only have. Yeah. Okay. Then instead, I'm going to. Is it possible to go sort of follow this wall, and then sort of dash out the window?
You can attempt to, yeah.
It's Q. You said the plot movement.
Mm-hmm.
How does that? Oh, do I do the ruler thing first?
Don't try and overthink it. Just
Okay.
get to moving.
I think I can go basically to around that corner is 12 total.
Sure.
Alright.
Okay. The only thing that you see as you're moving around the room, really, as you're kind of plotting your direction and moving carefully, is 4 green lights moving through the fog and kind of following your every movement. No matter where you stand or where you go, it seems to be focused and designated on you. Okay.
Yeah.
Where
Tim,
did
it
you-
put a tracker on you.
Where did you end up?
Probably.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm gonna make a contested strength athletics check against myself. I beat myself. So, Broxgar, you watch as the swordman basically just gets run over by the large shadow of the creature and kind of plop out of the tavern, coughing and annoyed, still holding his cool sword and not dead. But yeah, and Valette, as you kind of move outside and move around the building, you feel like, I got away, I'm safe. And then the wall behind you
Oh no.
breaks as it slams its hand through, blade arm just straight through. And I'll be attacking you with disadvantage because I can't see you. I just know where you're at.
John, I've got
Go ahead.
a question. Before it attacks, when it busts through the wall, does it go, oh yeah?
It's big, it's red, and it's breaking through walls. I was waiting for someone to make the joke, but
It's already in Discord.
yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I didn't even notice that.
I hit a 19, so with disadvantage.
Yep.
And,
19 hits.
That'll
I
be
got-
6 slashing damage and 2 fire damage.
Oh, with
On
the
the bright
slashing,
side,
you
Tim-
got me to 0.
Okay.
Tim,
So-
it's probably just going to capture you and try to make you chaotic evil. So,
Yeah, upon hitting and all that good stuff, it does start to kind of lean down, and the blade arm, you see the blade kind of retract back to the shoulder so that it's not sticking out over the hand, and it seems to be kind of reaching down for Valette. Okay, Sam.
So here's a quick question. Going down, going this direction, would the ship be able to see me?
You mean that little passageway, alleyway down the steps? You're pretty sure you'll
Yeah.
be invisible to it the second you get around the building. If you go into any of those alleyways, you're pretty sure you'll be concealed.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just kind of starting to, because again, as far as Sam could tell, he was told to try to run away.
Yep. You see that at the end of this alleyway,
Sorry, Tim.
just barely lit, there's a door to your right, and then kind of a dead end straight ahead. So, looks like there's a doorway.
I gotta go through a mysterious door, guys.
Exciting. All right. On the Wizards initiative. Okay. I see the situation evolving as it is. I am going to... Hold on a second. I'm going to cast a spell on myself. Make sure I've got the range on it. Make sure I'm rolling to myself before I click some buttons. Okay. So I fail. You guys watch as the swordsman, this would be for you mainly, Broxgar, but the swordsman's eyes kind of become like glazed over with like a purple light for a second, and then he kind of like seems to be kind of focused on not himself, something else. And you see him drop the sword as he's kind of slowly getting up from prone. All right. And he will actually stand and start moving in this direction.
Which direction?
Well, that's direction.
Yep. Ren, you can see out the window that Valette has basically the wall of that place is broken out. You are currently in the Red Dragon. This is where you met with the Night Sharks, Hadrian and Blackguard and such. That's this place. They're all kind of looking at you concerned, but they're like, they don't seem to be too put off by all the stuff that's going on outside.
As a free action, I would yell to them, "Come help us, please."
Is the response you get. Everyone just kind of... You actually get laughter from the drunk guy in the north side of the room. But you remember leaving the others in the back room, and they don't appear to be in the main room here. The back room's door is Chonder.
What do you mean the others?
Blackguard and Hadrian and his brother, they're in the back room. They're not in the front. So they're not out here with the common populace. They're in the back.
Okay.
But you go back outside?
I do.
Okay. The swordsman is kind of looking towards Valette, and he looks like he's moving like a zombie would. Okay.
I'm gonna attack.
Who? The swordsman?
14 against the wizard. No,
What wizard?
isn't that the wizard? Oh shit, I'm
No.
confused. Sorry.
That's the swordsman.
I wanna retcon then, if that's okay. I
Yeah.
thought that was the wizard that.
No.
Where's easy?
You don't know. You actually
Oh, shit.
got the free perception check and failed it. Yeah, you don't know where he is, other than he's
Okay.
up on the ship.
Got it. So okay. If it's not the wizard, but I see the swordsman, then I step out here, and I'm gonna try the high tension cable on
The swordsman. Okay. You're going to try and pull him
the
away.
nyctalope, right?
Oh, the nyctalope. You're going to try and pull it? Or knock it prone?
No, I'm gonna try knock it prone.
Okay, so just go ahead and roll it. If it does damage, it does damage, but it's immune to prone.
It's immune to prone.
Yep. 16 misses, kind of just bashes against it. You can't really get a good hold on it, it would seem.
Guess I'm gonna step back, and I'm gonna bonus act.
Okay. You said hide.
Yeah.
Okay. Stealth check. And Yen Lauren.
17.
Okay. Climb check, I believe. Some more strength athletics, please. Okay. That's less
Can I
than...
use my inspiration to get that 16?
Yeah.
I will do so.
Okay. With just a single move, you're up onto the rooftop. If you want to use your action to dash, you can climb the rest of the way to get up onto the ship.
Do I have sight on anyone on the ship now?
Not yet. Because you're 10 feet below him.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna dash to get up the... Does the dash get me to the top of the ship?
It'll get you onto the ship's deck, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you get up there, it's a pretty much just barren-looking ship deck. You do see that there's a strange device, kind of where a wheel would be. Looks more like an orrery with like different rings, kind of encircling like a center point that kind of glows a bright red color. The man at the back of the ship, standing in between the controls to two mortar devices, kind of looks over his shoulder at you. as you did hurriedly get up here. And you see that he's not a man at all. He appears to be some sort of construct, perhaps an undaunted. And it looks like the features that look like skin that you see look like they're more like porcelain that's been crafted like almost like a statue around the metal portions of the entity. Let me go ahead and just show you a picture of it instead of talking about it. It's probably easier.
I'm okay with both.
It's Mickey.
If I even know where I put it. Hold on a second.
Don't worry, guys. Yeah, Lauren's got this one.
Oh yeah, every session, Zach, it's split that part.
Oh, very cool.
Got this.
I don't get it.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The picture doesn't show it, but you also notice that because it was kind of added after Ravnica released. He is wearing some strange apparatus on his back and on his forearms. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
But other than that, he looks identical to the picture I just showed you. All right, Lauren, that's your turn. Gilbert, you're up.
All right. As I look back, can I see or hear what is going on? Like, I notice people aren't following me, right?
Oh, yeah. But you also think that you're pretty fast, so make a perception check. Wisdom perception check.
Wisdom perception. All right. For the folks at home, I am going to tell you what this is. I rolled a 15.
Yeah, you're pretty sure something's wrong.
All right. So what I would do is that I would use a bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat, which
Okay.
then allows me to do a dash action.
As a part of that?
Yeah, dash action.
You can
as
triple
a part
dash
of-
this turn.
Yeah.
So you'll move
So basically,
105.
I'm gonna get up as close as I can. 105. All right,
And you're about
I'm going
15
to
off
use
map,
my little
so-
pointer. Yeah.
We'll say
So I have 50
90,
meters.
just 90 from the board edge, yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah, you can get right there.
Oh wait, I wanted. Wait, where can I get?
You can get anywhere on anywhere around them, yeah, if you want.
All right, I will move up there.
Okay.
Real fast, be like, what the heck? I thought we were running.
And you stand over Sayer, and she looks like she's dying on the ground. You've used your bonus action and your action, but you get there, and you see that the Nyctalope and this swordsman, who you thought was on your team, but appears to not be now, are both kind of reaching towards Sayer. Or not Sayer. I keep doing it. They keep reaching for Valette, the elf woman that you were fighting alongside. Yes.
Ooh.
My
So.
Mirrorlet?
Wait. What did you
There's a
say?
curse with that picture. That's it. That's all. It's just they're both reaching for her.
Oh,
and
I
your
clicked
turn's
on
over.
Spare the Dying on accident because
Yeah.
I can't cast that.
It's Broxgar's turn.
Yep.
I'm stepping in to melee.
All right. That'll hit.
Swing
But just barely.
12 damage.
Nicely
with
done.
Fury.
Yeah, solid hit.
Now, I'm gonna action surge and do it again.
Get it.
I'm swinging.
Go for the brain box.
No, that one wasn't so.
Ooh, no.
Yep. He gets hit by you and was kind of focused his attention. Then his middle torso portion just drops down and then spins, and the shield gets in between you and the second attack. Its head's still not focused on you. Its body is. All right. Death saving throw for the Undaunted, please.
Yep.
Natural 20. Natural 20.
That would be amazing.
And I rolled a 9. That is one failure. Of my 4.
Spare the dying. Spare the dying.
It goes to the Nyctalope, who is currently perturbed by this dwarf, and so it will go in on it. It moved last turn, so it does not get the benefits of stable platform. It will... Actually, when it sees Broxgar, or it hasn't turned its head to look at you, Broxgar, it moves its eyes and looks at Gilbert and recalls the spiritual weapon that was cast by it. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Gilbert.
All right. Is this a magical effect?
It's not a spell.
Okay, because I have gnome cunning, which I believe gives me like advantage or something on that.
Against.
Yeah.
No, I think for gnome advantage, it's just. Hold on.
Or gnome cunning. I'll click on it.
Yeah.
I click on it.
You have advantage
Against magic.
Is this magic? Or is this like technology?
It's pretty
Or is
vaguely.
it
What's the
technomancy?
difference, man? What's the difference?
That's pretty
so
vaguely
bad. I
worded.
mean-
I'm gonna go ahead
I know.
and say that it's
love
versus
the vagueness of
spells
it.
specifically, magical spells.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and make
That's
that.
fine.
Okay.
I just rolled a 14
So that's-
regularly.
That's a failure.
Hmm.
I'm gonna roll a d4. Oh yeah, I rolled a 4.
Wait, did that count as advantage, or no?
No,
He said no.
yeah, it's not.
Okay.
I would say magic would mean spells specifically. This is a class or a feature rather of the creature.
All right.
So I rolled a 4. What I need you to do, Kevin, is you need to burn spell slots remaining until you've burnt a total spell level of 4. So if you burn a first level spell, it counts as 1. You burn a second level spell, it counts as 2. I need 4 total spell levels of slots burnt from you, please. Tell me if you can't do all of it.
That's bad.
I cannot because that uses all my spells.
How many
All my
did you
spell slots.
did you
I-
how many do you burn?
I had 3.
Okay, so you'll take those 3 off, and you'll take 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
Ooh, wow, that's not fun.
Not cool.
Hey, man.
Okay,
Not
that
cool.
ability is called Spell Drain.
Alright.
All right.
Spell drain. All right.
So it's done with its turn. That's its action. Samuel, you are going into that
Running
door.
to the door, going to try to open this door. Also, is it a free action to put my mask on and keep dark inside?
Yeah, I'd say you have it in your hand, ready to go. But if it's light in there, you're not going to put it on because you
Yeah.
don't want to. You know this
Right.
territory. It's light inside when you open it up, and it appears you're entering into yet another tavern. This one seems to have more real estate than the other ones you've been in. Decent amount of people present inside. Looks like a night shark standing or sitting next to appears to be like a noble or a merchant. The barkeep is just a pretty stern looking woman who kind of gives you a look. There's a Sayerujin man sitting at the bar, just sipping on some sort of beverage from a small glass cup. There's another Sayerujin person present. She's sitting by herself at a table near what appears to be a staircase that's just next to you. Do you see it? That leads up.
See the staircase.
And then there's a tiefling and a Parnan woman kind of sitting at a table by themselves, kind of just talking. Looks like they might be on a date. But yeah, it looks like the passageways out of here, you could either go back the way you came, go up the stairs, go south where there's a door, or that alleyway that you passed by when you were trying to get to this place in the first place, looks like it leads into this tavern as well.
I'm actually going to start dashing up the stairs.
Okay.
And just sort of, just start dashing up the stairs.
How many feet of movement did you have left? What, 5, 10, 15,
I
20?
moved like 5 feet, so
Oh, it'll take you 20 to get on this first step, right? And so you'd be able to dash up 40 feet, which would put you on the 3rd floor. The stairwell continues up, you presume, to the roof.
yeah, I'm basically, for my next move, I'm just bolting to the roof, A, to see what Yen Lauren's doing, and possibly getting a bird's eye view of what's going on.
Okay.
Oh
For the
man, Yen Lauren doesn't know what Yen Lauren's doing.
for the camera scene, basically, you see them kind of look at you. You kind of go, and then kind of dart at the stairs, and they go, "Does he live upstairs? Does he live in this?" I don't know.
I barely got to go to the bathroom!
I've never seen him before. Anyways, done with you. Nobody else does anything in there. On the initiative of the swordsman, though, he is going to reach down and pick up Valette and kind of just hoist her up onto his shoulder. All right. It goes to the mage's initiative. You're staring right at this Undaunted, who's kind of looking at you. He's holding a short sword in one hand, kind of idly, and he has these strange devices on his shoulders. I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna just blow you away. I've got a lot of options, and I just wanna do the right thing. I already used one
Disintegrate.
spell. I already used one cool spell. Yeah, this will be fun. I'll do it this way. What's your total hit points?
22.
Okay, hold on a second.
So we want to make sure it's less than 44 damage.
Oh, I'm not doing damage to him. So I roll 5d8 plus 2d8 for each slot above first. Okay, cool. So then that'll be 7d8.
What?
I got a 36. Not really. I got a 26, which is higher than your 22 hit points. So you pass out. You're unconscious. Welcome to Sleep Town. Are you immune to sleep, magical sleep, or anything like that?
Yeah, magic can't put you to sleep with my Fey ancestry, so thanks for burning that for no reason.
He casts a spell on you, and then he goes. He kind of shakes his head. I thought I saw because you're a half elf, right? You're not a full elf.
Half elf, correct.
He kind of shakes his head.
Nice.
And looks annoyed.
That could have been really bad, guys.
Ren, you're up.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's fine. That's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I want to use the climb onto a bigger creature skill trick
Okay.
and jump onto the Nyctalope.
Sure. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
It says
Or dexterity acrobatic
dexterity
check, yeah.
So yeah, wouldn't do it otherwise. I'm gonna burn my inspiration
Okay.
and
Man,
use
I'm
24.
Gobbling that stuff up. Yeah, you hop up onto the Nyctalope. That's your movement. It's not
And
an action to do it.
So that's my movement. Yeah. So as my action, I want to use my dagger and stab it in the
Okay.
brain box.
Go for your attack.
17.
As you kind
I
of
have
bring
advantage. I have advantage on that.
because you are attacking it from the top. So 19. It
But not only
hits.
that, because of the insightful fighting.
Oh right. Oh no, it doesn't give you advantage. It just says you get your sneak attack.
Mm,
Yeah, it just gives you sneak
Yeah.
attack. Yeah. It's not that good. Damn, that'd be swell, wouldn't it?
Okay. Okay. Do I hit?
Yeah, you do, and it does 7 points of damage. It seems to actually damage the glass a little bit.
And then 6 more sneak attack damage.
Correct. And the second you do that damage to the glass shell, you see its eyes kind of like dim down a bit, and the weird gemstone in the center of its head, the purple one, kind of glows, and you see a purple bubble appear around the glass dome. A glass dome that is now covered with a purple shield. Okay, that's your turn, right? You think they wouldn't have upgraded in 500 years? Come on now.
All right. Hold on. So I took my movement. I took my action. I've got 5 feet of movement left. Damn it. Yeah, I can bonus action just and
Disengage, hop off of it, and
just sort of go around the corner.
okay, that's fine. Yenlor, you are face to face with it. Whatever spell he cast upon you did not work. What would you like to do?
I am going to cast that.
DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
It's just Mako.
You look like men going through vitiligo.
He
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
He saves. He kind of he looks at you confused. You can see that the porcelain portions do move like flesh on the surface of it, but it doesn't seem that much emotion is shining through. Okay.
Is there anywhere to take cover on this deck at all? Okay, just figured I'd ask. I do want to put distance between me and this thing
Are
as
you
much
moving?
as possible.
Because he's on the back end of the ship, and you kind of entered onto the ship about right next to him. So if you want to move like up the ship, you could towards the front of it.
Yeah, I'm putting distance between me and him.
Okay. Gilbert.
All right. I am going to move up. Oops, sorry. It's not on the move. All right. I will move here. I will put my hand on Valette and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
So I don't want another repeat of Sarah to happen here.
No death saving throws from her.
Right. I can click on it if you want, but it's pretty. It's an action to actually do it.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, it just stabilizes, right?
Yep. And the swordsman kind of looks at you, but doesn't seem to be too terribly threatened by you. Okay. Anything else? That's it? Right, Kevin? You're muted if you're trying to talk to me. Why can't I hear him?
That thing.
Test.
But I can only take one hit.
Discord just broke.
Yeah.
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 What did you say? I saw your mouth moving.
I was saying that I wanted to see if I can get this swordsman guy to hand me Valette.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's too terribly willing to help you out. Or do anything besides his activities.
Does he look like he's like gonna steal her away for some nefarious purpose?
He looks like he totally just switched sides for no reason.
Oh, like he's being controlled.
Like he's being dominated.
That son of a bitch. I wish I had some spell slots left. Alright. Well, I guess what I will do is... I guess that's all I can do then. I could move, I guess. But I don't want to move away from Valette. I guess I'll move over here. If I move over here, is this thing going to attack me?
You don't know?
Oh, I'm not going to do that then.
You don't know?
I won't take that chance. Alright, I'm going to stand right there.
Okay.
But sometimes you gotta take a chance.
Yeah,
Brock's
but
guy.
that doesn't always work out for you.
There's a purple dome around it. Is it?
Not around the whole thing, just so it's got the glass like top to its head, and there's like a brain floating inside of it, and Ren jumped up there and stabbed it in that glass dome and cracked it a little bit and then jumped off to the side, right? But immediately after he did it, this blue shield appeared over the glass dome.
Right on. I'm just gonna
Purple
practice
shield.
swinging at. I got a 16 to hit it.
That'll miss.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, its torso is still kind of facing off against you, but its head is now kind of looking at the Sarah situation, or not Sarah, I keep doing it, the 87 situation. You are stabilized, so no death saving throw required. The Nyctalope, as its bonus action, since it's in a stable platform, will take the dodge action. When it does so, its shield kind of starts to glow, and this purplish aura kind of appears around it now. It is now covered in a shield. And it will make an attack against Ren. It will attack against Ren.
Even though I'm around a corner.
Oh yeah, there's a wall there? That's cool. Hold on. Now there isn't. As he swings right on through it. What do you think this is, an action movie? Bullets just get stopped by wooden panels, huge arm blades get stopped? No.
Pretty
It
much.
might not see me. It might not even see me.
No, I've watched you walk away. 23. or no, it's attacking with disadvantage because it's attacking through the wall. It is attacking twice though because it's a stable platform. First attack will miss. That'll break the wall away. Second attack will hit. It'll be 9 slashing damage and 10 fire damage.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
So the wall breaks out from behind you, and you kind of, oh shit, and then shing, cuts you down. All right, Samuel. You do notice though, Brox, that whatever repairing it was doing to itself before isn't working this time around. It didn't repair on its turn this time. Samuel, go ahead.
I'm now. It's not repairing. Keep up the attack.
Yeah, I am just, as I said, dashing up the stairs to try to get out onto the roof.
I'd say with a dash, you'd be able to get onto the roof, and you'd basically be able to move 10 feet. Just assume that the panel that you're on is rooftops, and you can see the shadow of the ship. From this distance, as far as you are away, you do see Yen Lauren on one end of the ship, moving. Whoa, moving towards one end of the ship, and you see the mage that I mentioned. Kind of standing towards the back end of the ship, and it looks like they're kind of faced off in like a wizard's duel. But it took you your dash to get up there, so.
Right, I'm just going to shout out to Yen Lauren and be like, if you need to, just jump off the edge! I have Featherfall.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's perfectly acceptable. The mage will kind of give you a look, Yen, and kind of say, yeah, jump. And when he does so, make a wisdom saving throw.
Nope, didn't hear any of that. Did I? Was I the only one who cut out?
Is it? Can you hear
I
me
can't
now?
hear you.
I heard it.
I love you, buddy, but I didn't hear that.
Can you hear me? Zach, can you hear me?
Can you not
Zach, can you hear me?
now, Zach?
Oh no.
I think it's Zach.
I think,
It's Zach,
yeah,
yeah.
it might be Zach by now.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Test.
Sorry.
Okay. So Zach,
Happens.
what did you hear? What Matt said to you?
I can jump off the ledge
Yeah.
if I need to.
Yeah, and then after he says that, the Undaunted looks to you and says, "Yeah, jump. Make a wisdom saving throw."
With the Fey ancestry, do you have advantage on being charmed?
not a
Well,
It's not a charm; it's a suggestion. Yeah.
Oh no.
Since it's not technically lethal, now that you are aware that it won't be, suggestion would work. So, you want to jump?
I want to jump
Your
because
your friend said to go for it. It's not something that you would fear. So,
that's. But Lauren's pretty aggressive. That's just I don't know why
No.
I would stop my attack because
Because
I've been
cast
attacking this whole time.
suggestion. on
Yeah, I know.
you.
That's why I was clarifying.
It's not an obviously harmful act that's being used upon you, and it's something you would understand as being not lethal to you. So you would jump, and that would trigger the reaction, or are you just going to let him go?
Nah, like I was planning on like running after him and jumping myself too. So
Yeah, I kind of shit on that one. So your reaction
Yeah.
casting Featherfall?
guessing he'll fall to the ground all the way in one round.
Yeah, it's 60 feet.
Yeah, then I'll cast Featherfall.
Okay. You're either here in that corner, or you're on the back end of the ship, or you're over in this alleyway over here. Your call. And that would happen on your
Right there.
Yeah, that would happen
Does that
on
work?
your turn actually. So, just a note there, because you don't get to do the action on his suggestion. You still have to use your action or movement rather to do it. Okay, Ren, you're up.
I am?
Yeah, we've cycled all the way around.
Whoa.
Oh, and death saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
shit.
you're down too? I
Yeah, I mentioned that, and I texted, Gilbert, help.
Sorry, I missed that somehow.
I fail.
One
Oh,
failure.
jeez.
Ooh.
You guys.
Okay, yeah, Lauren,
Nice
your
die.
movement, you move like 10 feet and fall. The falling doesn't count towards your movement. When you land in that corner, the suggestion ends because you've completed the thing that it suggested. So you still have 20 feet of movement in your action. And another quick note too. Now that Yen Lauren is no longer in the scene, Matt, he's looking over towards you.
Oh yeah, I know. I have an idea of what to do.
Real Wizards Duel, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Real Wizard's Duel when I have 0 spell slots left.
Enjoying this so much. Sorry. Okay, Gilbert or Yen Lauren. Yen Lauren, go ahead.
I have sight on this thing. Can I Vicious Mockery it?
The nightclub?
Yeah.
Yep. That's okay. Let me see if I fail my save.
Oh, wait. I might be too far. Hold on a sec.
60 feet. No, you're good. So it succeeds, but it doesn't take any damage. So don't worry about rolling it. It just has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's
I
immune.
will step back around the corner, and that's my turn.
It appears to be immune to psychic damage. All right, Gilbert.
All right. Well, I hate to do it, but I am going to have to try to attack that crazy bot, whatever it is. So I'm going to move over to here.
Can you pick me up, or can you spare the?
I'm going to spare the dying if I live past this round.
Well, here's a note. If Andy rolls a natural 1 on his death saving throw, as one is
He's
wont
dead.
to do,
Oh, you're right.
He's dead,
Then he's
dead.
dead.
Yeah, you need to give him
Son
some
of a
help
gun.
right now. Otherwise,
Oh.
there's
just spare
there's
him.
at least a 5% chance he'll die.
Yeah, I'll use spare the dying. That's an action, but can I use a bonus action to move my spiritual weapon, or would it have disappeared when I ran down?
You haven't used anything besides. Have you used any concentration spells?
No.
Have I hit
Spiritual
you?
isn't Concentration, I don't think.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it is. So
It's
yeah,
within range.
you can still move
Yeah,
it.
you haven't hit me.
Yeah,
Oh wait, I did lose 5 hit points
I-
from that spell.
yeah, but it's not concentration. You can move it, but
Okay.
it's a bonus action to move it.
Yeah, but it's an action to use spare the dying.
Right. So you bonus action move it, and you spare the die.
So I can actually attack with it this round. All right.
No, no.
Come on.
No.
Spiritual weapon.
You can
What?
bonus action move the weapon. It's a bonus action to move it.
I'll read it to you. If
Okay.
I can. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the spiritual weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack.
And
against the
repeat.
creature
And repeat.
within-
Okay. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
within
Sorry, that's my
5
bad. Take the attack.
That's all right. I got the little card. That's why. This is the little spell card.
It's a
All
good
right.
thing to have.
Spiritual weapon, which I can use to look at without. Ooh, 23.
That'll
For the people at home, it's probably gonna hit.
damage.
What level? This is level 2, so I gotta click it. 9 force damage, right on its face,
Okay.
or wherever it hits.
It all seems to go through pretty good.
All right.
Solid
Come on,
attack.
Brox. We gotta keep this up.
Boxcar, you're
So
up.
then am I stable?
You are stable, yeah. He spared you.
Stop your laughing.
Hits.
You're unconscious.
Oh wait, no, sorry. You have disadvantage on your attacks because he did use the dodge action. It'll miss. Alright. Next up is currently unconscious. The Nectaloop will go. It did not get brain damage, so it will gain.
I thought it had disadvantage on its next attack though, because of spiritual or the vicious mockery. Or
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Well, wait. Vicious Mockery was cast at the spell guy upstairs. Was
No,
cast to him.
It was cast at the Nectaloop just now
yeah, Yen Lauren cast it.
Yeah.
because I threw him off the boat.
Right.
You told me it was okay. You said jump off the edge, bro.
Alright.
I said jump off the edge if you need to. Then he compelled you magically.
As a bonus action, I will drop into dodge because I am in my stable platform, and then I'll make my attacks. I'll put one against Gilbert, and I'll put one against Broxgar. I'll start with Broxgar. That's 18. hits. So it'll be 9 slashing plus 5 fire.
I tried giving him disadvantage. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Who's this against?
No, it was a 21 and an 18 is what I rolled. So
Yeah,
and then that was against
I
Brock.
believe you.
And then against this cool kid Gilbert, I will make my attack.
I'm gonna be dead.
And I got an 11 and a as the first roll, so it's missing.
Woohoo!
All right. And then again, bonus action dodge. So that's its turn. It's still in stable platform. Sam, you are about. He's about 10 feet up above you, but you can see him because you're at an angle, and you're about what, 50 feet away from him, or so, 60 feet away from him.
Right, and I'm like 10 feet from the door that I just ran up, right?
Sure are.
Okay, good. I should shout something witty, but Sam's not that witty, so he's just going to really quickly cast Firebolt and then run through the door.
That hits. Yeah, that hits. Give me some damage.
3 fire damage.
It hits him in the face, and you can see that it leaves like a bit of a crack in his porcelain face. And as he kind of gets hit, he kind of like moves his eyes away, and he doesn't even see you go for the door. Okay. It goes to him. He's kind of annoyed. He looks down at the swordsman, and he commands him to move towards the ship with Valette. Go ahead and just move your token so it's on his shoulder, please. And that's my action.
Where'd he go?
North, straight north.
Also, I would like to say, because it lasts for 10 minutes as a concentration, there is still just an illusion of Valette standing in the street.
Yeah, occasionally doing like action stuff, but just really just standing there. Yeah. Yeah, Lauren. Someone's coming this
Do
way.
I roll for how long I'm asleep, or no?
That's an hour, buddy.
Okay.
At least. So, don't even worry about that right now. But yeah, Lauren, you're up. You do hear someone coming your way down the alleyway, or down the passageway, and you see that swordsman carrying Valette is heading to the shadow of the ship.
Zach, are you here?
Here is Zach.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if this is a good idea or not.
Do it. It's always a good
Probably
idea.
me.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't a good idea, guys. You fucking lied to me.
It hits the wall and just doesn't do anything. All right, another first level spell slot.
I have
Or-
movement.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you don't have first level spell slots. You only have the highest level.
Yeah, that was my last spell slot.
Yeah, remaining. So, good deal. Good deal. Miss, and you move away. Gilbert.
All right.
A real quick note: you do see that kind of trundling out of the bar to the east. It looks like a small group of lemon caps are heading in your direction. It doesn't look like they can see you yet, but you kind of can see them.
Shit.
Kill them.
Yeah, I can kind of see them. All right.
They might help Ren.
Yeah. I'm kind of conflicted. I want to kill this thing. I
You're
also
not going to
want.
kill it on your own.
Yeah, no. I could with possibly with the spiritual weapon, but I also want to grab you and run, or go after Valette. I can't do all those things. All right. What I will do is, I guess I could use a bonus action to attack it with a spiritual weapon first, and see how that goes. Maybe I'll roll a crit or something. That's for the people at home. You know, they love it when you roll crits.
Okay.
Alright, spiritual weapon, I'm gonna attack that. Boom. That's a miss. Alright, so
Okay.
then I will, as my action, pick up Ren, which is gonna be difficult because I'm not very strong and he's
Just drag me.
pretty big, and drag him.
Where are you dragging
I
him
guess
to?
it could attack me though. It could try to attack me.
Where are you dragging him to?
Actually, I'm not. I'm just gonna get ready to drag him next time.
Okay. As you're kind of looking down at him and kind of looking up to the Nightulip, you don't really look at Ren. You're just kind of focused on it, and you're like, "Yeah, this is a bad idea." Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to try moving with him because it'll just chop me in half or something. Maybe
Sure.
it'll just leave me.
Do me a favor though. Make me a wisdom perception check, and then
Alright.
Broxgar, go ahead and take your turn.
Wisdom, perception, 22 and 21. Haha.
Solid. You notice that there's a rat kind of sitting on Ren's chest, kind of nibbling at it, his coat a bit, kind of looking at him weird. You don't know where it came from. There's just a rat there all of a sudden. That'll miss, Joe,
Sure.
for your attack.
Yeah. Oh, also second one.
Okay, good call. Heal some hit points back. All right, 87. You continue to. They continue to drag you away. On the Nightulip's turn, it is going to just stop all actions and kind of tuck its arms inwards. The second it does so, Gilbert, you're kind of looking at it face to face. The purple gemstone on its brow glimmers, and then it just, the whole frame of the thing just snaps inwards and just pulls the whole machine into just a mote of nothing, and it dissipates.
Holy shit.
All right, Sam, heading down the stairs. It takes you another turn to get down into the tavern again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I should be able to like get 5 feet out the door.
Yeah, just like last time. And then Ren, you're down, but it doesn't matter because the next thing that you see is the swordsman walk underneath the ship with the body of Valette.
I tried, Tim.
It looks like he's kind of holding Valette up, and the ship starts to kind of emanate a bluish light down on Valette. Ren, you're down. Yeah, Lawrence, your turn. What would you like to do?
I just saw my buddy pop out of this way. It looks like we're following through with the run plan.
Behind you, just down that alleyway, you do see what I just described. The swordsman does appear to...
Do I? Because I'm well around that corner and don't
No.
have vision that way.
I see you.
And I
You're like-
was running.
They're beaming Valette's body up to the spaceship.
The best way I can describe... The best way I can describe the light that's currently blaring in that place is, have you ever seen Third Encounter? First Encounters of the Third Kind or whatever? That's basically the kind of light we're talking about, like a blaring blue light that's kind of glowing behind you. It's something you would notice and kind of turn and look over at. If you do look over that way, it does look like the swordsman is lifting up Valette's body into the light. What would you like to do?
Oh, buddy.
Play your character.
I know. You know I'm chaotic neutral, right?
Dude, I don't care. I find
Okay.
this hilarious.
Yen Lauren sees that, and if I'm going to be honest with you, Valet has been causing more problems than he's been solving the last few days.
What an asshole!
Oh, so good.
And he's gonna keep moving to Sam and be like, "You said the run, we keep moving. Go." And we're like
Wow,
going
killed
down
2
this way.
characters.
Please just a
Gilbert, it's your initiative. You do see that, the thing disappeared. You do know that you look over to the side, and where you left Valet, she's not there. And Ren looks like he's stable and fine.
Yep, I guess what I'm gonna do then is because I do see the yellow caps like approaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to sit there and talk to these guys, so I'm gonna try to drag him around the corner and go down. I guess would be the southern route. I guess that he was being taken up the northern route. Maybe Maybe I'll go that way just so I can see what happens to Valette. But I'll drag him over this way. I don't know how quickly I could move.
So
Maybe half speed.
Valette looks like she's being lifted into the air, and a blue light's kind of surrounding the two of them, and it looks like it might be something that will lift Valette up.
Damn, I wish I had something that I could do about that, but I can't. I don't have anything. If he goes unconscious, I could spare the dying on him, but that's about it. Oh, maybe I could thaumaturgy.
Ren?
Could I do thaumaturgy and try to scare him? Like, you shall not take her body.
Yeah, draw a bunch of attention to yourself. That'll keep you alive.
You can try. You could try and
That would
cast
get
a
me killed pretty quick.
spell.
Hi! Shoot me!
You could try and cast a spell to
True.
try and knock her out of his hands. The swordsman.
Nah.
You could shoot the swordsman.
Nah. Well, that's true. I could try to do that. But you know, I guess I'll shoot maybe Sacred Flame at him to try to make him drop her.
Yeah. Go ahead and click the spell. See what you got.
Then I can drag two bodies around.
Automatically fails because he's currently in a position. But yeah, go ahead and click the spell.
Sacred Flame. Oh yeah, it's a DC 14 Dex save. That's right. You get a roll.
Yeah. I don't get one because, like I said, he's currently stationary, being acted upon. So I'm going to roll a Wisdom saving throw now that I've taken damage while in this state.
Ah.
His eyes kind of like snap, and you see this purple light kind of exit out of his eyes, and he kind of looks around and goes, "What the?" And he kind of grabs a hold of Valette and kind of holds her down, like from the light, like pulls her back to the ground, like
Run
confused.
from the light. Run
What the
from
hell's
the light.
happening? What's going on? And kind of just
You must
drags her
run.
down.
Did he still leave his like magical sword over here somewhere?
Uh-huh.
Holy shit. Good thing you're snapped out.
Um,
Your sword might have disappeared if you didn't do that.
It's not his initiative, so I won't act as him, besides just the minor action of him no longer following the command. Broxgar, you're up.
I grab his sword.
Okay.
It's like right here, right?
Yeah, it's like right outside the... Yep.
I run to the alleyway,
Okay.
waving it around.
Alright.
I got your sword, man. I'm changing from my butt.
That sounds like a fair
John.
trade.
Stop your madness.
Okay, still unconscious.
John,
Go ahead.
real quick, judgment would be wherever I went unconscious, correct? On the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, Sam, you make it, into the alleyway, and you see Yen Lauren.
Right, and he's
Yeah.
basically trying to shove me towards the bar, right?
Looks like you guys are kind of going opposite directions. I'm assuming you guys run at each other and then kind of just hug and embrace. It's really adorable. And then go have a
Little bit
date.
of tongue action, nothing too far down the
The
throat.
the tiefling and the Parnan woman were having a nice date inside that tavern. Maybe they got some good food. Who knows? Maybe take a table.
He's basically trying to get me to go back. Or are you trying to basically get us to go back in and out a different exit?
I'm just trying to keep you from going this way. Wherever you go is where I will go. But
Okay,
you
fine.
told
Fuck
me
it,
you said we were leaving, so we're leaving.
I'm going back inside there and get to like there.
Okay.
Are there other doors this way? Or
Yeah, there's one to the south, and there's one right here.
where's the one to the south? Can you ping it? Because I cannot really.
It's got like a rug in front of it.
Okay, so right there. All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. So let's head that direction then.
Okay. On the on 47's initiative, or I'm sorry, on the wizard's initiative, he will make the ship vanish. And I only need one last thing before we get into non-initiative mode. Ren, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And while I'm doing that, can you tell me where's my sword? Is it gone?
It's a good question. Right now, being
So when-
unconscious, you'll have to do some searching for it.
I rolled 2.
Oh wow!
Wow.
In your sleep, you feel like something's invading your mind and trying to reshape your memories. But it
Oh!
it
What is that
fails.
rat?
It fails to do so. And before anybody even
Crap.
resolves what's going on, yep, the rat gets the fuck out of there. But yeah,
That is nasty.
we'll cut out of the initiative. It was his familiar.
So,
you're right.
Lauren, I'm assuming everyone got away safely then.
It was
Is the wizard's familiar?
It was the wizards on the ship's familiar. Yeah,
Oh.
Whoa.
he was trying to cast modify memory from what it seems, but you don't know that in character. You just know that out of character. You nerds.
Why would he care?
Because
Why is he trying to-
the cops are just about to interrogate you. Why wouldn't he care?
Oh crap!
If he can make the person who looks the most trustworthy tell them, no, that's not what happened. Gilbert attacked me and took my sword. I don't know where it is. It would have been a different story, but it didn't happen
Yeah,
that way.
true. I would have ended up in jail again. Damn it. The damn rat. I should have killed that rat. I thought it was just,
Well, you couldn't have known
easy.
any better.
And
Anyway.
yet Lauren and Sam were nowhere to be found.
Yeah. As,
So-
as I said, Sam's just sort of like. So I'm assuming everyone got away safely then.
Are you guys going
As
out
he
that?
just walks casually inside.
Are you going out that door?
I'm
Oh,
going to see
we're-
if there's something out that door. Like, I'm not going to walk straight out it. I'm going to
Okay.
check.
Yeah, you look outside. It looks like there's an alley or a street.
Can I catch up with him?
Yeah. But it looks like there's a street. Do you guys go outside it? Into the street?
I mean, I'm
Laying
sort of like
unconscious
trying
on the
to see
floor.
if I spot anything out on the street that's
Yeah.
suspicious or like.
Make a perception check.
Can I cast guidance on him?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not, you said?
No. Just looking out a window. It's not like, honestly,
Perfect. Any sense.
so Matt, what it looks like.
Why not? As soon as he goes to look out the window, Yen Lauren's like, I'm gonna give him a little
Sure.
advantage with
I'll-
that look out the
it's
window
not-
and like tap him on the
I
shoulder.
look out the
It's
window
just,
and-
it's a cantrip. It casts me nothing.
Yeah, I know, but
That's like what I
it,
do.
it doesn't help too much.
But
it's
I
fine.
understand you saying.
Yeah, it's fine. He looks outside, and what you can see, Sam, is that it looks like there's a temple across the way from you, across the street, and it looks like there's two ways out, and it looks like there's a passageway to the east that probably leads out of this entire tavern area. Looks like that'd probably be your.
It's safe to. Yeah, I'm like, I think it's safe to go, and I open the door and start looking out to like leave. the
Start
tavern.
running out to leave the tavern area?
No, not running. I'm just
Okay.
walking casually, like
Okay.
It's a casual day. I'm walking out of this bar.
You immediately see 3 lemon caps and captain. Make me just a wisdom saving throw to see if you spook out or if you play it cool. Actually, charisma saving throw. Because that makes more sense. You're trying to be socially not awkward.
I mean, I'm like, I was actually going to try to pretend to act drunk, but sure.
No, fair enough. But again, like, you weren't expecting to walk out the door after all of this running around and see like a group of cops. And so, like, your instinctual, like, measure is, oh shit, rush back inside. And they say, halt. And one of them kind of starts walking over that way. It says, why are you retreating? Are you just a normal citizen? And then he says, oh shit. And he says, he's holding one of those idealist masks, sir.
Hey, I would have put that away by now.
You never said you did.
Gosh.
They kind of look to you
I
and say,
ran up 6 flights of stairs and back down. You don't think I would?
I mean, you had it in your hand. Like, if it got dark, you didn't know what you were running into. I mean, to be honest.
Whatever.
They kind of look at
Hold
you
on.
and start moving towards you.
I am going to cast Minor Illusion to actually make a loud noise behind them, and also like throw some sort of there's like a loud sound of like just a thud, and there's like an explosive device behind them about to go off or something.
Okay, make a charisma deception check. Because you're obviously...
I'm not throwing it. I'm just
No, I know. You're casting a spell, and the spell has verbal and somatic components, if I recall correctly. So
16.
you're really just trying to hide the fact that you're doing that and cooperate with them before you dart. Okay.
It's somatic and material, not verbal.
So you're saying words that sound like garbage, and you're pulling out something.
It's somatic and material, so I'm like doing hand.
Oh,
motions.
hand gestures. Sorry. Okay. Obviously
Yeah,
suspicious.
hand gestures, and I have a piece of fleece in my hand.
Okay. Obviously suspicious. They do look at you, but they don't seem to know what's going on there. And then they hear a noise behind them. All three of them turn around. The captain doesn't, but he's kind of towards the back of the group. What would you like to do immediately after that?
I'm going back into the door and just looking at you and Lauren saying, other way, up the stairs.
Okay. You don't see them chasing after you. And you head up the stairs, and the watchman says, "We got to deal with what's going on over here." For those watching at home, and they walk over to the scene where Ren's lying unconscious, Gilbert's kind of looking at everything that's going on, and the swordsman's coming too. So, Brox, you walk over to him and hand him his sword. Is that right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
And
What the fuck happened back there?
I don't know. It seemed like you were under some sort of spell cast by that guy from the conglomerate on the flying.
The conglomerate.
Yeah.
Are you sure those were conglomerate? They are not.
No.
Why would they do that? Well, I got no
Because
reason.
they're the bad guys, man.
The bad guys.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yep.
But okay. Thanks for my sword. Thanks for helping me out there.
Yeah. I'm gonna check on Valette.
Sure. He kind of just wanders away. And Gilbert, you see the lemon caps coming over to you,
Great. All
and
right.
one of them's kind of looking down at Ren.
Yeah, I wanted to drag Ren over to me, but I couldn't move his token.
Okay.
Oh, also,
Like
John,
that's why I only moved that far. So I wanted,
Gotcha.
but
I would have
Oh.
probably dropped concentration at this point also.
Okay.
yeah, there we go.
The silent image is going.
And I would have. Hail.
Hey,
My
what
name is Gilbert Kergosler.
what happened here?
Well, a strange creature that looked kind of like a centaur. Do you know what a centaur is? Everybody knows what they are. But anyways, it looked like a robotic centaur, and it came down and started wreaking havoc. See this giant crater over here? And I point over there. That's where it landed. It was so big and heavy, and then it crashed through the wall there, attacked people, attacked me and my friends, knocked my friend unconscious here, and actually, it just disappeared when everything was over. And then it came down. When I say it got dropped, it was dropped down from a sky ship, and it landed right here. I mean,
Sure.
you can see how big that crater is.
Was it a mage that did this? Because we just saw what we presume is a spellcaster just retreat from the scene. Fellow with
That
green
was,
hair.
Well, it was somebody that was on an airship, so it was some weird creature on an airship. I never really got a good look at it.
So it could be this green-haired fellow. Where's this airship? We didn't
Possibly.
see any signs of that. Do you have anybody here that can corroborate that story? Looks to the door.
This giant thing right here kind of corroborates that something fell that was really big, and it came from an airship. That's all I'm saying.
So, to be honest, it's just a hole in the ground. I mean,
Yeah.
that could be a likely situation, but I mean, I'm sure you're aware that there's a lot of things that could cause a hole in the ground, crater there. I mean, right now, I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure you have someone that can corroborate that tale. That's all. Looks to the dwarf. How about you, Master Dwarf?
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I was here. I saw the whole thing. It seemed like a case of renegade magic. Someone on a crazy spaceship.
Renegade
Casting-
magicians.
Yeah,
The,
they were
congl-
casting spells.
the
They
conglomerate
lit
needs to
this
be made.
whole alleyway on fire.
Well, then the conglomerate needs to be made aware of this. The only sighting of him that we got was there was a green-haired individual that was leaving the scene, cast a spell on us, some kind of weird charm spell or something. And the other guy goes, "Yeah, charm spell," and made us turn away while he darted back into the building. We presume he's upstairs. We've already called in a request for the grappler caps to head up that way, and check the rooftops and scour them to see if they can't find this green-haired fellow. Did you see the mage that was on this airship? I mean, I assume he went back up to the roof to see if he couldn't find that airship. Maybe
Okay,
get out of
just
here.
to say, you guys both know I have green hair, right?
Yes, and I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, I saw. I think wait, who saw that mage? Didn't Broxgar see the mage at one point up on the ship?
No,
Just
Yen Lauren.
I don't
two
think
people-
either of us got a good look at him.
The two people that saw the mage and got a good look at him are currently on the
Left.
lam.
Yeah. Yep. You're exactly. I don't think.
Lauren's not on the lamp. Excuse me. Nobody's looking for me.
The company,
Right,
the
that's
company you
true.
keep, I guess. It's cool.
I guess I would try to say, you know, I think the green hair. I think that was just somebody else that was in the area. I don't think
Regardless,
anybody said anything about green.
he's
hair.
obviously a renegade mage, and he might be in league with the one that was causing all these problems, dropping centaurs from airships, and especially if he went to the roof. I assume that's where he went off to. I've got my captain's getting statements from the people in the bar that suffered the most damage there, and I got a fellow associate of mine in the tavern up there checking as well, seeing what they can't find out. I'm going to take your statements, or I've already taken your statements, so I've got those written down here, and I'm just going to see if I can't do a little bit more investigation here. Do you have anything else you want to add to your statement, your official statement?
I think we were trying to fight that creature that came out, and my friend here, it's unconscious. His sword like stuck right in its part of its metal body, and then it disappeared. I'd like to go look and see if his sword is sitting right where
see
it disappeared in the
a
rubble.
man kind of walk over to you guys, the swordsman, and he's holding a red bladed sword with a white handle, and he says, "Is this the sword you're talking about?"
Yeah.
Never seen that sword
Yeah,
in my life.
The swordsman.
No,
The swordsman's the one that's returning to you. He was walking that direction where the nightclub was
Okay,
to
cool.
start. And he kind of hands it over to you, Gilbert. I think this is your friend's sword. You guys did a lot to help me out, and thanks. I'll see you around.
Hey, wait.
Huh?
Could I ask you your name?
Oh, my
gentlemen?
name's Endemon.
And I would like to shake his hand and say thank you for helping out in a dire moment.
Sure. Yeah, not a problem. I mean, he did knock me out of my chair and maybe spilled my drink. I'm gonna have to find a new one. So, probably get out of Tavern Lane though. The lemon cap kind of steps forward. Were you here on the scene? Yeah, and they kind of like wander aside and start having a conversation.
Endemon. Cool, guys. That's an NPC if I've ever heard of one.
He does evolve into Endigroamon. Yeah, that's exactly
He's
right.
gonna be my bodyguard.
What is that? Is that Pokemon? What is that?
Digimon.
Okay.
Does he digivolve? Come on.
Digivolve. And
I missed another V. I'm sorry. It's a joke.
It's perfectly acceptable.
Hey, actually, you know what? We're getting into a lot of shit lately. Actually, after he goes and talks to the yellow caps, I'd like to go back up to him and say, "Hey, where could we get a hold of you if we wanted to
we'll talk in a
hire
minute.
your services?"
We'll talk in a minute. I'm going to deal with some other
Oh.
people real quick.
Cool.
Specifically the ones... Brox, do you have anything to add?
No.
You
I
said
don't
you're
think so.
checking on Valet. She's fine. She's stable. Still beaten up pretty good. And you can see, like, the cuts that are in her, the wounds that have been made. You're looking at them and they appear really different to you because, she's very lifelike. But now that you're kind of looking at her in her wounded state, you can see that she is definitely not a living creature in the traditional sense. Like, it looks like a lot of the parts that have been broken here are metal and wood, and there's a bit of red blood kind of leaking out of her, but it's not like blood is. It's different. It's strange. But yeah. Cool. To the
Or
roof.
fix her.
To the
It's
roof.
like fuel oil number 2 is what's leaking out of her.
It's Vitae. To the rooftops.
John, also, as a thought, while we're going through the bar, are there any, like, glasses of water that I can just pick up?
No, nobody's drinking water at a bar. That's silly.
Hey, I don't
What are
know
you
if there's
talking
just a
about?
glass of-
The grossest thing you can order.
Yeah.
Bar water.
There are no waters out and about. But you head up the stairs. Do you go to the roof or do you go to one of the other floors?
I don't know. I'm kind of, like, wondering where Yen Lauren thinks we should go. 'Cause I'm, like...
I don't think we should go anywhere. I got no reason to run. I mean, I don't think upstairs gives us any advantage. We can either stay at this bar until we figured out if outside is cooled off, or we can leave out the back the way we were and keep moving away from this entire area. Those are my suggestions. Upstairs just leaves us, like, tied up with one exit
Right.
and no way out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just not entirely sure where to go because, like, I don't know, conglomerates outside.
Simple
I don't
mode.
know what the fuck's been happening.
Based off of what Yen Lauren said, I'm gonna have you both roll. Just go with a wisdom stealth check or an intelligence stealth check, your choice.
Okay.
$21.
Okay.
Also 21.
You guys
Nice.
figure that if you go onto like the second or third floor, find an alcove or area to kind of sit out and wait it out for a while. You're pretty sure that the exact amount of time that you need to wait for them to process for lemon caps typically, especially at the scene that you left behind, about an hour. So you guys get very comfortable hanging out in some sort of like, supply closet or something and just wait it out. You do hear
Alright.
You do hear movement throughout the steps and knocks on doors and asking about seeing a green-haired mage in the apartments near where you're located, but it sounds like they've scoured the entirety of the building after that hour's mark and have left. But we're going to get back to you in a bit, because we're going to go back down to the floor. Is there anything that Broxgar or Gilbert,
Do you
the
have any cards on you?
two remaining conscious people on that level, want to do before the hour's up?
Gilbert, is Ren unconscious too?
Yeah.
He's unconscious.
All right, Gilbert, we gotta get these guys back to someplace safe.
Once you get to the swordsman and start asking him where you can find him, he says, I guess I can hang around with you, I suppose. Kind of shrugs. I don't know, though. Seems a bit weird. If you need someone to help heal those folks, you can go ahead and take them over to the temple. It's just around the corner there. I think there's a dwarf preacher, Thralk's temple. I don't know much about it. I've drank at their bar, though. I'm probably gonna go do that again right now.
Could you help carry this one? And I point to Ren.
Yeah, sure.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Picks up Ren.
Okay.
This one
yeah,
actually.
I would-
Hold on. This isn't a freebie, dwarf. They only sell the really fine dwarven ale to dwarves. So if we're gonna do this, you're gonna buy me one of those. Is that fair?
How much is that?
It's only like 2 silver, I think.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll
All
buy
right.
you that.
Yeah.
That sounds fair to me.
Lifts that body, moves it along.
Did he ever tell us like where we could find him if we need to get a hold of him to fight, like let's say the conglomerate?
He
I
said-
wouldn't say that, but
He said, I don't know if I really want to, like make this a relationship or anything, but yeah, we'll talk about it, I guess. Kind of moves along. Heads over to the temple.
this is a good NPC. He has a friggin' magic weapon. We gotta get this
Yeah,
guy
let's
to be our
steal it.
best friend.
Yeah, make sure I
Steal the
collect
weapon.
any dropped items that might have been lost in the combat that haven't been recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got the sword, and you've got Ketsujin. Those are the 2 items that would have been kind of...
Judgment.
Oh,
Yeah,
judgment. Yeah, you pick it up as well.
Oh yeah.
And possibly my shield if that would have dropped too when I unconscious.
Broxgar, actually make a research check for me real quick. I forgot to make you do that.
You got a 19.
So, a couple of factors. The sword that you picked up and gave to the man, you're kind of looking at it now, kind of paying attention to it, focusing on it a bit more now that he's got it back on his shoulder. The hilt is very Parnan. It just reeks of human craftsmanship, specifically under the guise of wanting to be more elvish. It has a diamond pattern as its pommel, which kind of forms a spike, but it's a hollow diamond pattern. And as you keep looking at it, you keep noticing this glint in the light. It appears that there's a very, very thin line, very, very thin and fine line that seems to be tethered to it, that seems to be attached to the swordsman's hand. from what you can understand of that, you're not sure if it's magical or a device, but your presumption is that he can recall the weapon back to himself because of that tether. The other thing you note about the sword is that it's very, very old. I mean, I'm talking about Aten age, second era, like swordsmanship here, and recalling back to the way he fought that you got to see of him fighting, his techniques were quite skillful. So Gilbert might be onto something about this guy being a little bit more than just a rando in a tavern.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We want to make this guy our best buddy now.
You guys drag the bodies over there. Out of the shadows, off of a bench, comes this dwarf in full plate armor. I mean, it literally looks like he's just a turtle, like encompassing it with a beard, or just like not a turtle, but like a roly-poly, just covered in metal, and there's just a beard sticking out of where a face you presume is. He kind of looks to you and says, "Oh, you were the ones making all the noise, huh? Hi."
Yes, unfortunately, we got caught up in something that we didn't ask for and didn't want to be in, and it knocked a couple of my friends unconscious.
Well, that's just you explaining how life works. Nobody asked for this.
Yes.
They just are. It's through Thralk that we're able to enjoy what we were given. Some say it's a gift, and some say it's a curse, and I just say it's an excuse. An excuse to drink more.
Yeah, that's a truth right there. And I hope one of my friends is an Undaunted. I hope that's not going to be a problem with healing.
What?
Yes, you heard me. Undaunted.
Kind of scratches his head. Yeah, okay. Well, like he doesn't really scratch his head though. He just kind of grabs his helmet and kind of moves it on his head. Okay. Kind of walks over to the elf. Oh. This is fucking disgusting. Look at his ears.
Well, he is an elf.
He
They
looks
can't
over-
help themselves.
looks over
They
to
are
Brock
born the
Scott.
way they are.
Yeah, he looks over to the gnome too, and he says to you both, he's like, "Yeah, you're damn right. They're born hideous. All lanky and tall like... okay, well... And in Dwarvish he says, "In the name of the party, in the name of the drink, in the name of the song,
Michael
two
Bink.
for the pink and one for the stink."
Oh, that is so bad.
Not really.
Oh my
It just rhymed,
I always wondered what the thematic component to that was.
and he casts Cure Wounds.
He's like, he's an elf.
Casts Cure Wounds on the elf. It just rhymed.
Wow.
It is range touch.
It is range touch. He heals you for 48 hit points.
I wonder what he's gonna do to that Undaunted now.
Oh. Oh man.
Boy.
Oh, I probably shouldn't exert myself so much on this one. Kind of walks
So-
over.
What is this drink you're talking about?
The swordsman, you ask?
Yeah, did the drink served here at this temple where
Well-
they celebrate drinking?
The temple, the swordsman says, the temple's tap room is on the other side. It's in the road we were just in, the one that got damaged. There's a secret passageway between the temple and the bar, but only the dwarves use it. You're a dwarf, but I won't fit. And he kind of gestures over to the wall, and you see that there's like an etching, like a very dwarvish, artistic style etching of a dwarf, and it's about dwarf height. And you know it as a dwarf door. Basically, dwarf doors, if you walk up to it, the stone will just basically kind of move away in parts and allow you to enter it. It's like an automatic door, really.
Alright, I'm gonna use the dwarf door. Can't you just walk around though? Meet me on the other side.
Yeah, do you want me to just leave your friends here? Or...
Yeah,
Right.
they're getting there.
You're getting back to consciousness.
Or Gilbert's.
The dwarf, yeah, that's right, Gilbert is there.
I'm here.
Okay, the swordsman says, "Well, if you got him, all right, bye. I'm gonna go party."
I've learned never get in between a dwarf and his drink. That's a bad move right
You
there.
enter into the bar. The bartender for you is a transparent dwarf. Looks like a ghost dwarf, but he's wearing like physical gear. There are two dwarves who are wearing studded leather armor, but the studs are replaced with spikes. And they're just kind of chatting back to each other. It sounds like they're telling some sort of story. And then there's a human woman in the corner who is drinking to herself, and she kind of sees you enter into the dwarf door, kind of shrugs. But yeah, they allow you a seat at the bar, the very small bar, and they tell the swordsman that he has to go sit at the sidebar. And so he does, kind of shrugging. And the barkeep walks over to you and in Dwarvish, very spectral fashion, kind of says, "What would you like?"
Two of the house ale.
You've got it. Reaches down, very quickly comes back up with two full mugs, and there's just like a perfect head at the top, just a little bit of it dripping over the edges, but it seems to be perfectly crafted. And looking at the two mugs, the head on both of them looks identical, like the same exact droplet on both mugs, at the same exact location on both mugs.
Oh no, that's the thing of beauty there.
I have given my soul and my life to make sure that the perfection that Throlk offers is granted to you, Beldendar's children.
Hail or praise Thronk.
The other two dwarfs kind of look over at you, kind of confused, and they say, you're not from around here, are you? You from somewhere else? Are you from Rostagar? Are you new here? You just shipped in, or what's the deal?"
No, I'm not from around here. What business is it about?
It's none of our business at all. Just, we see new faces coming in, worshiping Thrall, doing their business. We just like to get involved because, who knows? Connections, networking, and all that. We're the Doom Picks. Yeah. The other one says, "Yeah, we're the Doom Picks. I'm Belgard, and this is my brother Orgrant."
What sort of business are the Doom Picks in?
Killing. We do a lot of killing. Legal stuff, nothing bad or nothing, but killing. Do a lot of killing.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
They nod their heads. You walk over with the bar or the beer and hand it over to the swordsman, and the dwarves are kind of looking at you like aghast, like, oh. But the barkeep doesn't have any show of emotion. The human woman looks over at you and says, "Hey," and she kind of gives you a look. "Give me one too." And she pulls out a platinum coin and sets it on the table.
Be gone with you. No, I don't have time for that.
Fucking assholes. Goes back to her drink.
Oh, jeez. A wench.
Jeez, what is this? Quite a place we got here.
Endemon says, "Thanks, man. I hope your friends are all right." Cut scene to them, real quick. The holy man is kind of leaning over the undaunted, and he goes, "This is going to be a bit of a trickier one, I think. Probably shouldn't just go all out and waste spells if they don't work." And he kind of just touches Valette on the forehead. The second he does, Gilbert, you recognize that he's using an ability that's used by holy knights or paladins, known as Lay on Hands, and he puts exactly one hit point into Valette. You return to consciousness. But before you return to consciousness,
You die.
while you
Your head
are
explodes.
unconscious, you keep having visions of Vrazig's twisted and destroyed form laying on the ground, ruined and wrecked. And you keep on having these nightmarish moments in your unconsciousness where you feel like this is it. This is what it feels like to be taken over by them. This is what it feels like to be a pawn. This is what it feels like to be a servant. And you start to realize, like, no, I can't do that. That's not what the law is about. That's not how the law is kept. Not by twisting it, not by changing it. And then your eyes kind of snap open, and there's this dwarf who I've explained a couple times. He's just basically Metal Man, touching your forehead, and he looks at you. "Hey, little lady, uncovered your broken parts with your coat. How do you feel? Did that work?"
And I sort of raise my arms and try to sit up.
Okay. As you kind of look down at your stomach, you see where it cut you, and your stuff is still hanging out. Like, he hasn't healed you entirely. You're technically bloodied, but for dramatic purposes, yeah, your form is kind of broken a bit. Do you feel better though? You're conscious. I mean, that's a start, right? Looks over at Gilbert, kind of gives him a nod. Yeah. Okay, here we're gonna do this a bit at a time. How about that? And he spends the next 10 or so minutes spending a single point of lay on hands with each action, touching specific areas and trying to mend the wounds, like almost as if he doesn't exactly understand your physiology, and he's slowly getting it, figuring it out, and doing the right thing.
It's a Vulcan.
And eventually you do get healed. After about 10 minutes or so, and then I'd say you start to hear the law enforcement officers kind of clearing out in the next bit of time. What would you guys like to do with like the last 20 or so minutes of your hour before mages start getting to be free?
I wonder if nobody in this temple would know like how to get rid of the tracking on you, would they? Valette. I mean, that's not something a temple would know, right? We got to go to like mages.
Fine.
Because they're not going to last very long if we can't get rid of that tracking. I know there's a spell that somebody could cast on you. I don't remember if it was Sam or Lauren, but I think it was Sam.
Yeah, Sam's casting things that supposedly does not let me get tracked.
It would be nice if we could get a magic item that had that on it, so that we could just give it to you. Otherwise, you're gonna, eventually you're not gonna survive battles like that all the time.
John, I mean, would I know what's the legality of such type items?
There's no such type item that you can think of. I mean,
okay.
Honestly, it'd have to be something that has that effect cast on it permanently, and you don't even know where you'd begin to get that.
Okay. So I do not know if even such an item exists or where one might find it.
Oh, it's too bad Vrazig is dead, because he probably would know, being the Major and everything, he probably knew where something like that was.
The dwarf kind of looks at you guys as you're talking kind of freely in front of him.
Oh.
And he says, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you're looking for powerful magic, do what the dwarfs do. Dig down. Nods his head.
That sounds like good. That sounds like a good advice.
It's not really something I should be preaching, because I'm all about just drinking. Really? Yeah, he kind of walks over to the large well in the center of the temple, like right before the statue, or right after the statue, and right before the statue of Thralk. And he just puts this big mug that he had sitting on his belt into it, lifts it up, and just starts drinking, and says, tradition is you tithe something, or however much you got, into there, and he hands out the cup to you, and take a drink.
So is he talking, when he's saying that, is he talking to like Ren and Valette? Because
all of you
saved, or all of us? Okay, all right. I'm gonna let those guys go first. Come on, you were just raised, or not raised, but brought back from unconscious.
So to drink something?
He has a huge well that appears to be full of either wine or beer, and he's saying that you need to take a cup full after you tithe into the well.
Yeah, so definitely I will put a gold piece into the well and take
a guilder, good tithe. And he hands you the cup. It's massive, and it weighs about 10 pounds when you take a hold of it.
Alright.
It seems to be like just laden with gold and copper and brass, and you kind of set it in there and scoop up a cup of it. You notice that the interior looks like all of those things have been put on the outside of a wooden mug, and you take a nice hearty drink. It's not super potent. It's just kind of a pale ale, really. Yeah. And go ahead.
I follow suit.
He kind of stops you, and he says, "You can just throw the coin in. You don't have to drink anything. I noticed from your insides, you probably aren't going to enjoy it as much as other folk. No insult or anything."
I turned him. I thank you, and I flick a guilder in there.
All right. How about you, little guy? You need help reaching up there?
Oh, thank you very much. They don't really make this world for people my size, do they?
It's all right. Yeah, well, we're dwarves. It's not too terribly tall, and I lost my voice there for a moment, but now I got it back.
That's okay.
Yeah, you could probably reach there. It's fine. Just go
I
ahead.
will, and then he will just take out from his coin pouch 2 golds, guilders, and drop them in. He goes, and I'll look at him and say, "One for each of my friends. Thank you very much." And then take a drink of the beer.
Not too bad. Pretty good tasting. A lot sweeter than you assumed off of the elf's face than it would be, and almost as if its sweetness and its potency are determined by how much you tithe. And you exit out.
Nice.
Zach and Matt, would you be leaving out the same way that you entered in, or would you go out into the street where you saw the officers just to make sure they're not there anymore? How are you exiting the building?
Probably at the entrance we came, not the entrance he saw the yellow cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that probably would make most sense.
if your goal is to try and regroup with everyone else, then I'm assuming you're going to eventually kind of slowly make and creep your way back down, or are you not trying to re-engage with the rest of the group?
We are, but very slowly
Okay.
and
Yeah,
very
probably going a
meticulously.
bit of a roundabout direction to try to figure out
Where do you
Absolutely.
where do you four go? Or you three rather, except for Brockstar. Brockstar's already got a place where he's at, but where do you guys go?
John, real quick, I would have asked, wanted to follow up with the dwarf of where if he recommended any place to dig down, in particular. Not that he knows, but does he have a suspicion?
Oh, yeah, there's some rumors, actually. Well, I would say... Have you ever been across the bridges to either of the coasts on the outside of the city?
Have I?
Your call. Probably not.
This 7 Bridges
Yeah.
Road.
No, I do not. I have not in my service in the city.
Services. Okay, well, are you familiar with the Pharaohs? Kind of gestures towards, that direction. You can't really see anything because you guys are surrounded by buildings, but you know that he's pointing to the west coast, and you do know that there's a large lighthouse over there known as the Pharaohs of Frostigar.
Yes, I know of the Pharaohs.
Well, word is that there's a lot of folks out that way who have been building up lots of buildings, not residential places really, more factories. A lot of designs, devices have been built out that way. And, well, I heard tell that there's access ways to the old cities, to the marches. And that'd probably be worth a pretty penny because magic was flowing a bit more freely during those days, during the Age of Heroes.
I thank you for your insight.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the Sunpike is the name of the borough, and yeah, there's also a lot of interest from outside folks, nobles. I hear the Eltanian Roos has moved in some folks to try and set up a strong point there for their factories, and a lot of different designs have been going into place. If you've seen one of those auto carriages driving around, they probably came from over in Sunpike.
Interesting.
The grapplers that the police use, or the caps use, rather, because they're not called police. A lot of stuff goes on over that way.
And I thank you. I thank him for his time, and then turn back to Gilbert and Ren and follow them wherever.
Yep. And the metal man goes back to his bench in the shadows and sits right back down. Joe, you're kind of sitting there, nursing your cup. You have the 2 doom picks to talk to. The barkeep. You go ahead.
I want to talk to the swordsman. Where'd you learn how to fight like that?
If we're being candid, I guess you get to ask me one question and I have to answer truthfully. And
then that's not my one question. My question would be, where'd you get that sword from, sir?
Well, no. I'm not saying only one question. I'm just saying,
Okay.
tit for tat. You helped me, and you got my sword back, and I helped you with your friend out there and dragging him out that way. So just keep it even, keep it balanced.
And then I helped you with the sacred beer.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I do owe you one. So then I'll answer your first question, and then when I answer your second question, you'll owe me. So to answer your first question, where did I learn to fight like that? Kind of smiles. I'm not from around these parts. I'm actually from a country to the north known as Osiria, and there's been a lot of war up that way. A lot of war. See, in olden times there were 3 kings that ruled over that country. Now there's one, and a small splinter cell of a country that thinks it still has its own power, but it really doesn't. And the conglomerate rules there as it does here. And they rule honestly and they rule peacefully up there. And the people who resisted just caused trouble for everyone else. And that's why I didn't believe you when you said that those folks were conglomerate, because I don't see them causing too much trouble just in the streets for no reason, unless that friend of yours really is something to worry about. Kind of shrugs his shoulders. And about your second question, kind of smiles. The sword was my father's sword. His name was Ryamond, and the sword's very special. It's really important to me. It's really important to my family.
Would that, by chance trigger a history check?
Yeah, give it to me.
See if I could recognize that name or the family name.
It's pretty commonly known. So
Okay.
roll that check.
What do you mean commonly known? The name is commonly known?
It's commonly regarded in history. So go ahead and roll a history check.
Right. 13.
It's ringing a bell. It's definitely Osirian, to be sure. You think it might have some religious connotation, but it's not clicking. And you kind of nod your head. Out of character, you might have played one before. Anywho, he kind of says, so it's really important to me. And I know it shouldn't be too far outside of the country, but I'm on my my quest of ordeals. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. I'm not a holy knight, or really religious anyways, but I am trying to do better in that regard. See as much of the world as I can. Unfortunately, most of my sights as of late, the ones that I've been enjoying the most, have been the bottoms of empty cups. Kind of smiles. How about you? What's your story? Why are you getting attacked by weird constructs in the middle of the street?
I honestly wish I knew. I kind of got caught up in some bad business, it seems.
Yeah.
I really don't have any beef with the conglomerate other than I don't appreciate magic use. I think it's like a shortcut. People use it as a shortcut, like an easy way out.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, that's why I like the conglomerate, especially from where I'm from. They weren't about using magic and letting it just do whatever you wanted with it. They enforced the rules. There was a goal, to try and make it more.
I don't like this guy.
Try and make it more even and balanced for the rest of us folk who weren't magically savvy. So I see where you're coming from.
Well, I'm sure at time it was like that here, and up until a few days ago, I was under the impression that the conglomerate was a good thing. But now I'm not so sure.
You know what, Broxgar? I don't see any way of being able to say that you're not telling the truth. And I just know from my own perspective, I don't see it that way. But I got an idea. And since we're now about even, I'm going to go ahead and offer you a favor from me. And then you can owe me. I'm not going to make you accept it. I'm just going to tell you what it is, and then you can tell me if it's alright.
Alright.
The favor you'll owe me will act as payment for me working as your bodyguard. It's usually how I make my coin, acting as a sellsword. So you owe me a favor, and I'll stick around with you and see a bit of the world through your eyes. See what we can't find out about what you're talking about. Because if what you're saying is true, it might change my notions on how things are going back home.
Alright.
Oh, and the favor I'm asking you, give me another one of them drinks. Smiles. The girl kind of in the corner, she kind of slams her hand down. If you're going to keep buying him drinks, I'll give you 2 platinum. Come on, just get me one.
Alright. 2 platinums. That's a good...
She slides you 2 platinum. She says, fucking finally. Those Doom picks aren't worth shit. She kind of sits there like looking over her shoulder waiting for that drink.
Yeah. I'll order the 3 of them.
Yeah. The one who spoke to you, the Doom pick that spoke to you, Belgard, he says, hey, are you buying that girl a drink? I know it ain't none of my business. But you do know who
Are
she
you
is.
jealous?
You do know who she is, right?
No, I don't. And I don't know who you are either.
That's fair.
Doom pick.
That's fair. I'm just letting you know that she's a pirate captain. She's got a ship on the docks, and they're looking for her. She's trying to stay low here, and she might have more than she just gave you. I mean, if you're trying to get something out of her, coin-wise. You're kind of ruining our game here. We were going to try and talk her into giving us maybe, like, you know, a little bit of action on whatever she's bringing into port.
Well, damn, boys, I'm only buying her the one drink. You got the whole rest of the night. Good luck. Good luck to you, Chain.
You get the drinks. You walk over, give the swordsman his, and you walk over to the girl and set hers. And when you see her, like, more closely, you start to go, wait, what? Because she looks like she's about 16 years old. Like, real young looking. You know, really long red hair.
Gross.
She's got attire that looks like a pirate captain's attire. But she definitely looks like she's very young compared to what you were expecting. She looks up at you with her, you know, bright eyes and her just, you know, devilish grin. And she says, thanks. And if those assholes haven't let on, I know what their game is, and they should have just bought me the damn drink. I like you, because you're at least someone we can reason with.
Aww, I think she likes you.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Do you want to make some more coin? Or are you just done in that? 2 platinum's good enough for you?
What is it that you had in mind for more coin?
I need somebody who's got an auto carriage, some method of transporting things from this borough to Spellmouth Borough.
Well, maybe you should come sit with me and my friend over here, and we can talk.
Ooh.
She scoots on over. She sits with you guys.
What sort of things? And I'm trying to keep my voice low.
No, it's fine. So, here's the deal. I have some folks who are coming into the city, and they're really interested in getting from the ports to Spellmoth specifically, unmolested by law enforcement, untouched in any way. See, their goal is to get out that way and set up shop. And they're from the east, Seiryu. So I do a bit of pirate work, which they might have mentioned, but I'm also a bit of a smuggler. And these folks are goodly folks. They're just trying to get out of a war-torn country. And the folks that were transporting them were actually transporting them to Jernaris for more illicit purposes. And so I'm trying to make a better life for them. And I need some help getting them into this city. Because I'm kind of recognizable.
I understand.
I'm fucking adorable.
I have a friend that does indeed have an auto carriage. I'll have to speak with him on this matter. I can't guarantee you it'll be a yes. But,
well, it's better than nothing. And she kind of looks over at the Doom Picks when she says that. It's better than nothing. I'm going to be laying low here. I think I'm going to stay across the street in the inn over there. The Red Dragons Inn. So if you can't find me here, you can find me there. And I'll be waiting around. What was your name?
I'm Brox.
Lena Brief. Alright. She...
That was Lena.
It's not the Lena, it's a different Lena. Pretty common name.
Sure is.
Yeah, she'd be like 900 years old or something. She'd know.
There's
Hey,
always a Lena
You
though.
have characters who are like 900-year-old. I should know.
Fair enough. That is accurate. But anyway, she leaves you to your drinks. Back to the others. You eventually, like Ren, sorry for letting Joe steal the limelight.
No, it's good.
He more than deserves it. Ren, Gilbert, and Valette, do you guys go to the Red Dragon? Do you go to this other tavern that's kind of across the street from it? The one that was broken up, the only person who remains there is the barkeep. It looks like he's trying to kind of just clean up what he can of the destroyed wall and whatnot.
I guess the goal would be to try to catch up with the others if we could. Do we have any sense of where they might have gone?
From
At
what
least
you...
Gilbert probably would have been the last one of us to see.
Conscious, yeah.
Because we were unconscious.
I would say that if you guys are just kind of like looking around, moseying, you'd eventually run into Yen Lauren and Sam, because they're kind of trying to creep down the street, not get caught, and they'd see you and then kind of go, okay, cool, and then they could walk out to you.
Cool. That's what we want.
Upon exiting the building, I would have asked anyone to retrieve my sword and shield.
Yeah, so Gilbert would have handed you your sword,
Okay.
and the same is true for Ren. They would have been passed off.
Nice. Alright.
But I probably would have switched them just to mess with them.
Yeah, they totally would have been
Give
confused by
Ren
that.
his sword and him his sword, and there you go.
Because one has a red blade and a white hilt, and one has a red hilt and a metal blade.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, you guys could get it sorted out. All right, so I don't know. I mean, is it getting late at night? I mean, do you guys
Oh,
want
yeah.
to look around here, or do you want to just head out back to our places of rest?
Well, again, like I said, you eventually do run into Sam and Yen Lauren.
Yeah.
And you absolutely know where Broxgar went, Gilbert, as he was reviving everyone. Broxgar and the swordsman went to the other side of the temple.
I'm wondering if we should get Broxgar or just let him be. He's in his element, you know. I don't want to like disrupt him. I guess we could go in there and tell him we're leaving or whatever.
I mean,
I
first
think-
of all, where are we even going right now? Like, out of curiosity, like, where are we going?
We were going to go. I was thinking maybe we should say goodbye to Broxgar, and then I was just going to head back to my place because it's late. Actually, I have my friends, the Night Sharks, are probably waiting for me. They're going to look after me now, they said. Because I just sold my soul. Oh well. I think it was worth it to help you guys. help myself too.
Yeah, you guys are kind of moseying around, getting ready to go say bye to Broskar, reconnect with him. And out of the main door of the Red Dragon comes Bugbear. Kind of graying hair around the face. You recognize him as Blackguard. Kind of walks over to Gilbert and looks down at you and says, you heading home?
Yes, actually, I am.
Oh, that's good. I guess I could go with you, I suppose. If you need anybody to help you along the way, it sounds like you got into a lot of trouble out here from what my folks said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. There was, did you guys tell me what that thing was called? A nyctalope or something? Did any of you guys tell me what that was called?
I don't know who told you.
I think the only person that would know would be, Valette, right?
You'd be surprised what I'd believe. But that's fine. I'll go ahead and walk with you along the way. And Adrian wanted to make sure you understood. If you bring trouble to the doorstep, we're not too inclined to assist. From what our friends in the tap room said, that your fellow, the elf, ran in there trying to get some assistance. That's not how we operate. You need to put in a request. And so I'm offering this service to you as a kindness. We can go head on over to your place, and I'll make sure you get there safe. Sound good?
Well, I guess since I've already, bought this bed, I should lie in it. So.
Smart.
So,
That's smart.
yeah.
Alright.
So, what do you guys think? I mean, looking at the rest of my friends here, do you guys care if this guy tags along with us? I know
John.
Sam's answer to this.
Sam.
John, just as a question, is there any water or puddles or something on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to when they start walking away, because I'm not saying anything, I'm going to cast Shape Water and see if I can turn one of those puddles in front of the guy into ice
Okay.
and make him slip, just because I'm being a dick to him.
Yeah. Let's see.
You guys need to have one of those fights where you
What's your
snap and.
What's your spell save DC? This is obviously this is not something that'll happen in combat. This is just for
Right.
good times here.
Yeah, and it's just somatic components.
Yeah. He's not paying attention to you anyways. They're turning and walking. He does a quick whoop, but catches his footing. Kind of looks down and goes, huh. Kicks at the ice a bit. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, well, let's keep going.
Damn it.
But he definitely looked like a total boob. You guys go to the temple.
What is this guy's name, by the way?
Blackguard. Spelled Blackguard.
Oh.
And
Blackguard. All right.
Blackguard. Yeah.
Blackguard.
And
Sweet.
you go to the temple. He stands outside and says, "Oh, you got something to do in there? I can't go in there. I'm sorry."
I killed
All
some
right.
priests.
Wait right here. He hates beer.
You go into the tap room, and then you see that Broxgar's there.
All right. I'm just gonna go up to him quickly and just say, "Hey, we're headed back. I just wanted to let you know where we were going. Feel free to stay. Obviously, we don't want you to feel obligated to leave or anything. So."
Oh, it's no. What were you gonna say?
The swordsman goes, wait, where are you going?
Oh, I was just going back to my residence.
Well, where do you live? Somewhere fancy, or?
Well, no, not anymore. That's a long story. But right now I'm living in. But I got that place. It was in a crappy part of town. I wrote it up. Don't worry, I'm looking for it.
You say the name.
We're gonna tag along with you. We can finish these up.
He goes. You say the name, and he kind of goes, "Oh, that's an amazing coincidence. That's actually where I'm currently residing."
Oh,
What's
this
your
must be fate.
What's your apartment number? You say it, and he says, I think I'm right below you.
Boy.
That's an interesting circumstance.
We'll just take the floor out and make it one big HQ.
All right, that is very Interesting. All right. All right. And then I guess I would start to leave, right? And
Yeah.
I'd whisper to Ren with his elf ears. I'd be like, Ren, that's a very weird coincidence. This guy may be like, maybe he was scoping me out or something. That's weird. Just keep your eyes open.
We're gonna head back with you.
Yeah, I know. You guys are behind. I'm saying this like really. I'm actually whispering it to Ren, so only he could hear.
Okay.
Because
So-
I'm just saying, he's the investigator. He should keep his eyes out on this new guy.
You can roll a your special ability, Andy, if you want. Scrutinize.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just go ahead and click intelligence investigation.
Ugh, 10.
You're not getting anything too terribly off about this guy. Like there's no wrongness going on. But you're really not sure what his motivations are, other than he seems to be chummy with Broxgar. And based on what you've seen of Broxgar in the past, people who are martially competent and skilled at, understanding warcraft and, the manufacture of weaponry seem to, buddy up with Broxgar pretty easily. Based on what you saw of Jack and now this. Seems to be something that is more Broxgar's thing than this guy, being there. And honestly, from what you were described, what Gilbert described about the apartment complex you're going to, it sounds like it's a large place. There's probably a lot of people who live there. It's not so much of a coincidence that this guy happens to live there, since it's only so far from the bars.
Wait a minute. I'm a noble. The world revolves around me.
Correct.
So
No,
don't forget that.
No. I know you're role playing your character. I'm just telling Andy.
I know.
It may be the case that Gilbert's not right.
Maybe.
Sam and Yen Lauren, are you guys going with them to the apartment that he has, or are you going to try and do something different?
Can we all fit in that apartment?
Yeah, I thought from what we heard, you didn't want to join you in the apartment anyway.
It's like if we all got in there, it'd be like being in a sardine case.
So it's basically like a studio apartment with like a small side room with the cot in it. That's probably where you'd stay, but the studio portion of it's about 20 by 15, so it's actually pretty decent size. You're pretty sure it could be serve as a common room. It's just that they're going to have to get their bedrolls out and kind of sleep on those if they have them. Why they would have them, I don't know, but
I suppose we could do that. But one thing I will say is I wouldn't really want the conglomerate coming down on my house. So if there's some way we could get Monster Magnet do something to him, that would be great.
Her.
Sorry.
no, it's
No,
her.
her.
It's a her, yeah.
Okay then. You've stated your point clearly. You don't want Valet coming home with
Valette.
you.
Well,
Her
I
teeth.
just don't want to have the conglomerate attack where I live. I gotta
Valette.
keep that. Yes, Valette. I don't want
Right, your home matters more to you than her existence. Great, you've said it out loud. We've got it on the table. Fantastic.
Wait. Quick
you
flash
don't
to Yen Lauren
understand.
letting it happen, and then flash back to you.
you.
Nobody saw Yen Lauren
No.
let it happen.
No, I know.
I just want that known, character-wise. There are
Right.
no characters who know Yen Lauren, popped his head around and was like,
No,
maybe
Fuck it.
let me die.
I know, but you know what? I know, and that's the fun
Yeah.
part.
Right. And you're right, though. If he'd have been taken up, we wouldn't have to worry about this. But now I do, because that's all I'm saying is I need this residence to get my mail, which could get me a inheritance. So I don't want that jeopardized. That's all I'm saying.
It's about money, Gilbert.
Gilbert wishes Valette was taken.
No, I don't. I just saw. We saved you.
So
Yen Lauren has already started walking away.
I just wish he
I
had-
want nothing to do with Gilbert.
I'm joining
and I'm
Yen Lauren.
Fine.
Great.
I will see you guys later.
okay, so
Will you?
you four,
Maybe.
Ren, Broxgar, Gilbert, Valette, and then also the NPC, are going to be heading towards the apartments, while Sam and Yen Lauren are going to do what?
So, do we actually have anywhere that we can stay? Actually,
Before you break
do I
off,
know any-
I mean, like, are you telling them where you're going, or are you just going?
John, do we know, or would I know any like, or not conglomerate, idealist like safe houses or something that we could crash at?
Not anywhere near where you're at. You're in Night Shark territory.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, do I know one somewhere that we could get to?
It'd be like an hour, 2 hour, or about an hour walk.
Lord Howland's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an idea.
Or north up into past the 3rd precinct.
There's got to be an inn around here. I've
Oh,
got plenty
yeah,
of
there's one.
money.
There's one right there.
If you got money, I don't have like.
It's
I've
called
got plenty of money. I'm gonna get us 2 rooms. Don't worry about
the
it.
Red
That
Dragon.
works for me.
The Red Dragon Inn. Your room varieties come as follows. You can get a common room, which is a total of 8 beds. You do not have license over it unless you buy out the entire room. A bed is 1 silver. The entirety of the room would be a total of 10 silver if you're buying it out. Then you can buy a 1 bedroom for yourself. That'll cost you 5 silver for a simple room. Or you could go towards the suites. There are 3 different types of suites. There's the blue room, the green room, and the red room. The blue room boasts a bath. The green room boasts botanical accoutrement. And the red room boasts a library.
We're sleeping in the library.
So
That
it'll
works
cost
for me.
you 2 gold pieces. You're given 1 key, and the red room is on the top floor of this 5-story building. And you're going right back into the Red Dragon Inn, which you've been in before. It would be where you met with Hadrian and the like. Okay, fast forward. You guys are sleeping, of course. Fast forward to the next morning. You guys are all asleep in your bed, and there's just kind of a gentle thump against the door, Gilbert, then a curt knock knock, and that's it.
All right, get
Also,
up.
John,
Go ahead.
John, I would like to say, Lauren witnesses my whole like getting ready for bed process, right?
Give it to me.
Okay, so basically what you see is I start to, like, I take out some string and set that up around, like, the room in a decent sized square and start casting a spell ritually, because alarm. And then once that's all done, you see me reach into my bag and pick out this, like, very large, weird-looking helmet thing, which right before I go to bed, I put on, which covers my ears and my eyes. And then I go to sleep.
I just noticed something very perturbing, and oh, no, it's fine, it's cool. I went into the Twitch chat and it said that the machine was dead. So sad. But it's fine. Sorry. Okay.
And that's wearing a helmet to bed.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay then.
Okay, so some kind of thump against your door and then a knocking. What do you do, Gilbert?
All right, I would get up and then.
Everyone
the
else is
robot-
already awake except for
Okay.
Broxgar, who is snoring loudly in the center of the room. Because one thing you forgot to know is that Ren doesn't really sleep, he meditates, and Vlad doesn't really sleep, she kind of just powers off.
Recharges.
True.
Just plug her into the light socket.
I make up for it for all.
Yep, rolling
would-
around on the floor, just
As I walk past the room, I would like say, I'd kind of whisper or say to everybody, I'd be like, "Yeah, I bet this is gonna be Blackguard," and then I like open the door just a little bit, you know, and look out.
There appears to be a parcel on the floor right outside your door.
A parcel. This is like Christmas for me. So I would
When
like
you look at it, it seems that it's addressed at the top to, like, the initial addressing is to Gilbert Kurgosler, care of Gilbert Kurgosler, House Wellenbard, the address for House Wellenbard. And then there's like a stamping over that, like a piece of parchment that's been kind of stamped onto it that reads redirect, and then the address that you're currently standing in.
Awesome. It's been working. All right. I would grab it, I guess, and then say this could be something important, and then walk into my room, and because I'm sleeping in the room with the cot, and everybody else is in the common room.
You would notice too that at the top, and just we'll leave it here as a cliffhanger. At the top, it does say who it's from. It does appear that it did come from House Brandt.
Oh, yes.
All right.
All right.
At that, we'll go ahead and
It's anthrax.
It's Anthrax.
Banana.
The deck save.
We'll call it for next session. You guys can decide what you're planning to do. Couple of
Alright.
different plot leads. Thanks for watching, everyone who did. Sorry about the stream segmenting if it did. And we'll see you next week. Possibly not Kevin, though.
Yeah, that's right. I'd probably die or something.
Yeah, or go do a bunch of courtly stuff that we don't want to watch and won't have to pay attention to.
Yeah, this is the episode where he pays his taxes.
This is literally the one.
This is coming from the guy that just rented an inn room, and I was thinking that just as I was doing it, I was thinking it's better to rent stuff in the game because it's not as boring as when you do it in real life. But it's close.
It's pretty
New
boring.
driver's license.
Anyways, thanks
Yeah,
for watching.
driver's license.
Killing the stream.